God. My people, in a post-new Halo game announcement world, we're gonna keep modding Halo 3. Yeah, that's not changing. We're still doing that. We're still going. But I am working on a video on that, so you know that'll be fun. I'm gonna get that out soon. Oh, excuse me. All right, let's begin. Oh! Oh! It's me! Wait, I gotta make sure green doesn't scream. I remove the spamming thing. Holy hell, it's Brains! I haven't seen this guy in a hot minute! Thank you very much, Brains, for the 41 months. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. He says, so how long until the Halo 3 Warthog has a bumper seat? Also, Forge World's looking so sweet in Halo 3. I'm glad you're liking how it's looking. We got some more to cook today. We're gonna be adding like the small polish details and stuff like that. I think I'm gonna save the light mapping and adjusting the lighting on everything off stream, since it takes about an hour to light map this at any given point. And we're not gonna sit here and just talk for an hour. That's too boring. Those of you saying that the demo isn't that impressive, and I don't think, what? All the demos were on Xbox? Wait, are you serious? All of the demos were on Xbox? That's amazing. Holy crap, dude. For how good it looked. Damn, Unreal Engine optimizations go crazy. Yeah, no, I'm super impressed by the demo. I have a lot of, like, nitpicks personally with how the new Halo game is looking. The reveal kind of, like, took me by surprise just due to the nature of how it was announced through the Xbox store instead of on stage, but it's grown on me quite a bit. There's some things I desperately hope they will change design-wise, but I think overall I'm really excited to play it. How is that amazing? I wanted to play it. It's gonna be on PC! It's gonna be on PC, man! I think what's amazing is that it was running and looking that good on Xbox. Nintaku, thank you for the tenner!
The Halo 1 remake is clearly bad because there was not enough of Cortana's feet.
So true.
But in all seriousness, I hope the chat keeps their cool on discussions. It is truly wild how hard people are crashing out on both sides. Hard
agree. Thank you for that very generous $10 tip. I appreciate it. I will say this. I'm very middle of the road on this. I think it looks fun. And I think it looks good. I like some of the new designs. I don't like some of the new designs. And I'm just excited to play it. I think it'll be fun. I hope it just continues to improve. There was a lot of people who said I'm not a huge fan of the new Warthog model. Honestly, the new Warthog model, I didn't like it either when I first saw it, but it really began to grow on me. And the reason I liked it more and more as time went on is because I actually think it's a good Warthog design. What it feels like is it's a new art direction that's actually like unique and good, and not in the way that the old art direction changed with Halo 4. Halo 4 completely changed the art direction. This feels like an art direction change in a completely new direction, and it's much more subtle, and I like that actually. I think that it's so far so good. I'm really interested in that Warthog. It's not my favorite ever, but I think it's really good. I think it's pretty dang good. I even like the wheels, because they're the cool space age wheels, the airless tires. They're like, not, I don't know, it's like taking Halo, it's like, Halo was a product of its time, and I feel like things like airless tires with the holes in them is now like what Halo could have been were it a product of this time, when we have stuff like airless tires and new space age stuff. I don't know, it's not the same as it used to be, but I think that's not necessarily a bad thing. I really dig the new plasma rifle. The plasma rifle is something I'm 50-50 on. I think I really got to get my hands on it and see it more in action, because I really didn't like it at first, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. In any case, I'm very middle of the road. I think it has a lot of promise, but there's a lot of things I would like to see changed personally as well. I'll be playing it either way, and I'll be modding it either way. And man, am I going to be modding it, dude? Are you kidding me? It's still running on Halo Blam engine underneath the Unreal Engine, dude. Oh, I don't even need mod tools to fly a Pelican. Just give me a hex editor. I'll be in the pilot seat straight away. It's easy, dude. It's so easy. Did I switch? I did switch. Okay, good. Anyways, also the ammo count on a Needler, not a fan. I actually hope they completely remodel the Needler. I don't really like the modernized Needler. It's not good. It might not be moddable with assembly based on Zedekin's post. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. At the very least, I can hex edit basic stuff like strings for vehicles and stuff. That's easy. But I hope that Zedekin's is able to do, excuse me, something with it. Maybe even the Unreal Engine, like, part of it can be decompiled because it looks like the Blam engine is kind of like integrated with the Unreal Engine, and they had like an editor going on there, which is kind of cool. So bumper seat for the Halo 3 Wardog win. What do you guys want me to put the bumper seat from the new Halo reveal in Halo 3? Could do that. It's pretty easy to do. Like really shockingly easy to do. Yes. Yes. Bumper seat, yes. Yeah, it's a whole lot of yeses. It's very easy to do. Surely that's a quick job? Yeah. I need to leave now? Hey, have a good one, Green. I assume you're still up there in Seattle? Would make for a great Twitter video? True. True, Daniel. True. I probably would have done that yesterday, but I was busy and gone all day. I didn't have any time to work on any Halo modding stuff. What do you think about the 32 round AR? Maybe they'll bring back the SMG or the SAW. I mean, that was the reason I assumed they brought the assault rifle down to 32. They have a bunch of new weapons coming in, and presumably some of the new weapons are going to be things like battle rifles, SMGs, and stuff. And that would obviously be the best reason to have a 32 round assault rifle like we have in Halo 3, because there's other guns that would fill the gap. Did you see the ball video? Yes, I did. Did Davy Jones not show you my reaction? I was sitting at my table downstairs and I saw it. I started dying laughing, and I just sent back that picture in response. The bald video? I need... Oh, God. Okay, I'll show it. I was so mad, dude. Alright, here's the bald video. Yep.
You're so bald, dude.
Follically challenged.
So bald.
You got nothing up here but thoughts and prayers, my friend.
Get some hair.
These motherfuckers are in the middle of HCS outside the fucking demo area calling me bald and follically challenged. What the fuck, man? Get a grip! So, in response, I just sent them this. This is how I felt in that moment. Bullshit, man. It's fucking bullshit. I hate it here. Are those devs? That's Green Knight and Davy Jones VFX. Alright? Also known as the Poop Doctor. The Poop Doctor himself. Anyways. Okay, now I leave. Okay, have a good one, Green. Enjoy yourself, dude. These motherfuckers, I swear to God. When am I making the silent cartographer? I'm not gonna lie, that would be a lot of fun to do. Miss most of your work on this map, do you have a favorite spot? I mean, most of it looks pretty darn good. Like, I don't have any of the grass decorators down anywhere yet. You know, the ground is still just textured grass. We don't have any of the 3D grass in. If I had to pick a spot that I mean, this spot's very pretty. Oh, this was me putting down Ultimate Forge objects. Maybe the Coagulation Canyon. I put down some Valhalla towers as forge objects just to mess around. I think this area is very pretty. The water, I haven't fixed it yet, but it's pretty nice. They blend so well. I think so. I mean, like, the whole goal of this, I mean, if you can't tell right away, is that I wanted to take Forge World, and while I wanted to get the important textures in, like the blend maps, so that way, you know, the original paths and things that Bungie textured in were there, the actual textures the paths and things were made of, the trees and the bark and the rocks and the ground, are all textures from Halo 3. Every single texture on this map, save for like one or two, every texture except for like the Forerunner areas here, which are work in progress, and the actual water texture itself, all of them are from Halo 3's Mission the Covenant. And I figured, because of the aesthetic of Halo Reach's Forge World, very much reminds me of the Mission the Covenant in Halo 3, which, you know, is the classic Halo alpine forest that's, you know, based on the northwest of the US. Since it's based off of that, I figured, well, why not use the exact Halo 3 version of it? I hate how much better Halo 3 shaders look compared to Reach. I mean, yeah. Wow, that is like an identical shot there. I mean, the before, there's Reach versus 3. I don't know, man. It's something about 3. It's something about 3. I mean, there's some pretty major differences. The most obvious one I would say is that the rocks that I used from Halo 3's textures are a lot darker. Here in Halo Reach is very light and white. Over here in Halo 3, you know, they're much darker in general. It's more of a gray, while here it's kind of like a very light gray to like light beige brown. The shorelines as well. The shorelines are like a different kind of texture style. Also, mine kind of have some bad tiling I gotta go in and fix, but, you know, it's a bit different. I will say the water came out exceptionally well. It was honestly fairly challenging to get the water to end up looking this good. I still think Reach's water probably looks better. Just it's like newer water tech and everything, but... And if I like kind of pull back here, where is that shot? Yeah, so that's like Reach's water. It's very pretty, like realistic. Halo 3's is... Yeah, who am I kidding? Halo 3's looks better. I'm sorry, dude. It just does. Reach is not bad by any means, but... I just think it looks way better in 3. Alright, I said it. Sorry to be so brave and bold and beautiful, but it's the truth. There we go. Perfect before and after. So that's Reach. Very bright. Halo 3's much darker, but I would argue much more saturated. Like, all of the colors in this image here, for the most part, feel a bit desaturated. And then you go to 3, and... I don't know, I feel like 3's is just a bit more saturated, a bit more juicy. A bit more dark as well. Reach is way brighter? Yeah. Well, 3 feels like the original? That's a crazy thing to say, but I'm not going to argue with you there. I still have a lot of work to do in the skybox. These mountains are using a generic rock texture right now. The trees are using an incorrect texture as well. I just slapped on a Halo 3 texture onto it temporarily, and clearly it doesn't match very well. They're all cut off and messy looking. The ring, though, is very fun. Got some good value out of that ring skybox I made a while ago. How's the cave on the west side of the canyon looking? If you're talking about the cave over here, I actually haven't touched this one. This one, you can see right away the textures on it are completely, like, not working. I haven't put any lights in here either. The water is also... This whole cave is unfinished. I gotta go through and actually give it some love. All the textures are totally busted. This cave... The cave there, the water, are, like, two of the biggest things that I still need to do. Also, I don't know if you can even tell at any point. Oh, right. I gotta do this cave, too. This little cave needs its textures set up. Because they're just not set up right now. And then, so that little cave, the other cave, and then, actually, it's kind of dark in here, too. I don't know the lights here. It's actually a cave wall back here. You can't really see it, but it also needs its textures. So, there's a couple of small areas, mostly caves and stuff that still need their textures. Bro, those little cave there, dude, me too. I completely forgot that existed. Can I bring the shaders from Halo 3 to Reach? I'm actually not a good person to ask. I'm not really a shader dev. Shaders use generally a special programming language called HLSL, or GLSL, I think, for the older one. And I've done basic experimentation with shader stuff, but I'm not the right person to ask. Theoretically, it's possible. Should be. Reach's shaders are very similar to 3. Should be possible, but I don't know how easy it would be. I'm working on the short sword. For some reason, I can't fire while boosting my controller, but I can on keyboard and mouse. That's a little bit odd. It could be a Sapien bug. Sapien's controls are notoriously weird. Sometimes some things work on controller but don't work on keyboard. Some things work on keyboard and don't work on controller. If I were you, I would just, like, test it either in tag play or actually in MCC, because genuinely, I could not give you a proper answer on that because it's so iffy and finicky. Accepted Bulldog. That's me. Post something in stream chat. Let's see what you posted, Spartan Tanner. I'm gonna judge this harshly because you're making me go so far out of my way right now. Just haven't. Do you know how many clicks I'm putting in for this? Oh my goodness. What is this? This ARG just ended with a banger? Wait, what is this? Gary's mad. Oh, why is it so loud? What is this? Tanner, what am I witnessing? Why is it at like 1 frame per second? This is Gmod? Crazy custom HUD. A lot of GTA sounds here. This is Gmod? What the fuck? running a new mod. That's sick. What the fuck? I don't understand what I'm seeing, but cool. Like, I think I get it. Also, speaking on the remake again, I actually do agree with this. There's a lot of people talking about this structure here from Halo CE. And showing the remake screenshot, which is... Oh, that's me. God, I'm so beautiful, especially at that angle. So this is the comparison here. And I totally understand why people are bothered by that. You know, it's a completely different structure and design. I think it's a little bit much that they changed it so much. I hope that they consider going back in and adjusting it. I don't think it's incredibly offensive by any means, but it lost a decent bit of the unique shape language that it started with. And I do think there's a bit of that to be respected, more so than just the basic silhouette of two pillars and a big thing there. I do think it's a little bit too angular. They changed what they shouldn't. There's a couple things like that where I'm like, I hope they go back and tweak that. This is one of those things where I'm like, yeah, it doesn't look. I'm gonna be honest. If the game ships and I see this, I'm not gonna give a fuck, dude. I'm just not gonna care. I'm gonna go, yup, that's a big Forerunner spire coming out of the mountain. The only people who are really giving a shit about this are Halo fans like most of us here who have played these games 5 glorbillion times, and we know every little detail of every little Covenant Forerunner structure we've ever seen. To be fair, the Forerunner structures and aesthetic hasn't used rounded or curved surfaces since CE, so it makes... I agree with you there. I agree. I think it should be more blocky than slanted. Yeah, I mean, maybe it looks better from other angles too, because there's clearly some outcroppings and other shapes that are breaking it apart. It just might be this angle where we can only see the silhouette of it. I'm not offended by this. This is what most of the Forerunner structures look like in like Halo 2 and 3 anyways. Skaboodle is completely right. We don't really see these rounded structures and shapes outside of CE. When Halo 2 came around, that redefined the art style, and it basically turned into something very similar to this for like every single Forerunner structure. This is more Halo 2 than it is Halo CE. So I'm not terribly offended by this. And actually, that was one of the things that threw me off a little bit, is when the Halo CE Anniversary came out way back when, the Forerunner design language, they had clear challenges with it because they were trying to do a lot of rounded shapes and stuff, trying to keep the exact shape rather than transforming it like this. This may end up being the best move. And on it, like I said, if I saw this in game, I'm not gonna give a shit, dude. I'm gonna go, yep, I'm on the silent cartographer. There's a giant Forerunner metal structure. I have not LiDAR photo scanned the original into my brain. All right, I have not manually modeled all of this in. And let's be real, do you know who's gonna give a shit about this kind of change? 0.1% of everybody who ends up playing this game. Nobody's gonna give a fuck. I'm sorry to break the news to you, but that's the truth. Nobody's gonna give a fuck. It still looks good, it's just different. I am the 0.1%. They updated the structure in HCE, maybe it has the same shape. Yeah, and that's cool. I mean, I hate all the Forerunner structures in CEA, to be fair, but... Where's the Warthog bitch seat? Oh yeah, we'll add that. One of the things I wanted to do before working on the little Warthog bitch seat is more waterfalls, baby! Oh yeah, dude. I know what you guys are here for. I know what you tuned into this stream for. You were saying rejected shotgun. Please add the waterfall particle systems. I want to see the misty beauty of that waterfall slowly falling apart. Please, I hear you. I hear you. I'm here for you. We are barely supposed to interact with that tower, so why bother worrying? Yeah, I mean, it just doesn't matter, dude. And I get it. There's the most loud people on fucking Twitter and all other social media about Halo right now are complaining about little things like that. There are some things that people genuinely have good complaints about. Me personally, it's the Needler model. I think that screen looks stupid. That thing's going to be in your face every time you're holding a Needler. You're actually going to notice that one. I think that one actually is worthy of criticism and is a worthwhile change to be made on the part of Halo Studios. That's a good one. As for a single structure on a single mission, then that's stupid. I don't care. I've seen people talking about the circular structure in the middle of the silent cartographer too. They're like, how is it supposed to open up? Does it matter? You never actually get to see it open up in the first place. It doesn't actually fit a pelican in the first place. None of it matters. It's just more Halo 2 and 3 type of Forerunner design with a little bit of Infinite mixed in. I'm not going to complain about that. I think it looks cool. It's different, but it still looks good. I don't guess that they literally added a classic Needler model to Infinite. Why didn't they use that one? My personal opinion, and I don't know if this is true or not, my personal opinion is the build that was prepared for HCS was actually an older build. That is my suspicion, because the truth is, the classic Needler in Infinite looks way more classic and way better than the one that they showed off in the HCS demo. The only way I could wrap my mind around that and understand that is it's probably an older build where they have older materials and shaders for the Needler. They clearly know what the classic Needler looks like. It's in Infinite as a skin right now. The only possible explanation for why it doesn't look like that in the HCS demo of Halo Campaign Evolved is that it's older. They just never quite got it there. I could be wrong about that, but it's 12 days old. Right, but it could have been compiled 12 days ago, but when did they split off the demo and compile it together and kind of split it off as a branch to get it all polished up? I don't know what their workflow looks like. I couldn't say. This is why it's just my opinion, so I don't fully know, but I hope they do change the Needler, because the one in Infinite looks way more classic and way more correct, in my opinion. And it would be really silly to use the exact same model in the CE remake and then have it just be more... It just doesn't make any sense. So that's my rationale. Again, I could be totally wrong, dude. I admit that. I could be dead wrong. It just makes the most sense to me. Alright, what we have here is a beautiful thing called Forge Falls Close 03 Falls. Wowzers.
A lot of people have really small nitpicks with the game, and like you said, some are valid, others just feel like people want to hate it because HS made it, which is dumb. They
Agreed.
also don't consider how much HS is going out of their way to take feedback.
Also, thank you for the 3 modded game. I really appreciate that. I agree with that. There is one thing that is absolutely wonderful about all the complaints, and it's not that we know Halo Studios is going to hear them and you know, like, digest those complaints and take care of the ones they think are valid. That's a good on its own. But no, nobody is screaming and crying and pissing about major issues. The general consensus is, looks pretty fun. Hope they change some stuff. It's not like, oh god, it's horrible, I hate it. Think about how many fucking games have come out. Battlefield 2042, oh god, it's horrible, I hate it. A lot of the new Call of Duties, oh god, it's horrible, I hate it. New Halo, I hope they change some stuff. It's looking pretty fun, but that would be nice if stuff changed. Dude, I don't know about you guys, but in this day and age when people doom and gloom and cry and piss and shit themselves over the tiniest things, that's a good sign in my eyes. That's like, oh, I don't know where people who have been hating on Halo Studios for so long are getting these level-headed, reasonable responses from, where they're like, yeah, I hope they improve it. Like, that's crazy to me, dude. That's crazy because these people have been haters for the longest time, and I'm not gonna say that that's invalid, right? There's plenty of reasons to hate on what 343 Industries did in the past. I'm right there with them. I hate Halo 4 and 5 for the most part. What are my thoughts on the weapons name reveal? I have 2 thoughts. The first thought is, why did we never get to find that out in game? My second thought is, God, I truly do not care. I just don't care. Modern Halo lore is so boring to me. It's so far removed from what the Halo story is at its core. It's on some weird fantasy sci-fi type shit that I just don't fucking care about. It's way too deep, way too complicated. I just don't give a fuck what the weapon's name is. I'm sorry. I don't give a shit. I don't like the weapon. I don't like how the story is. I don't like anything about it. That's why when I saw that they were remaking Halo CE, I was just like, oh god, please. Can we get like a second timeline where we don't go down the route of the fucking didact and the created and the endless? Because I think that's the worst storytelling in any of Halo. And then all the actually good, cool, more Halo grounded stuff is all in the fucking books. It's in the books. Oh man, I just don't give a fuck. Sorry. I just don't. Why am I modding Butt World? I like butts. Hyper, I don't know why the notification didn't pop up, but thank you very much for 25 months of membership. It's good to see you. Good to see you. I can't wait for some Ultra HD Flood Crust textures. Yeah, I'm so excited to see the Flood. We got a little sneak peek at some of the Flood forms on some little zoom in parts. And I'm excited to see it. The remake does look a little generic. I guess. I don't know. I think it looks fine. I like how colorful it is. It's very, like, Halo's a very colorful game, and I'm glad to see it's very colorful. The models all look nice. It's in Unreal Engine. Honestly, I was worried at first, but the more I looked into it, I was like, no, this shit actually looks pretty fun. I can't wait to get my hands on it and form, like, some actual, like, fully fleshed out opinions. And just enjoy myself. I'm gonna be, like, playing through it for the first time, and then I'm gonna be like, pause. There's a pelican. Flyable. I'm gonna shit my pants and quit like 3 minutes in. You know what? I think, Tanner, I think you deserve that power. I wish to empower you to violently shit yourself without even getting to enjoy the game. I think that's fair. What am I doing? Levels. There it is! Hyper! Thank you again for the 25 months. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here for such a long time. Forge World, FX, Waterfalls. Alright, we wanted the Falls Close 3 Falls. This is what we're looking for. Sorry, this is what I was taking my sweet-ass time on. I'm trying to recreate this cool effect here at the bottom of the waterfall, where the water just kind of like fades, and it gets kind of pushed up by an air current and kind of just fails to reach the bottom. Like, clearly some of it does, because you can see a little bit of mist kind of coming away in a plume there. But most of the water ends up being carried by an air current up and away, because it's a more thin waterfall than this one. So we're going to try and get that here in Halo 3. Also, dude, I'm so sorry to do this again, but like, the difference between almost identical particle systems and graphics between Halo 3 and Halo Reach is blowing my mind. Modded Gamer, thank you so much for the 420!
The Halo community is very toxic.
Facts.
And people need to be more rational instead of just blind hate.
Agreed.
HS will never be OG Bungie, but people have to realize that's okay, because there are some very talented and passionate devs who truly do care about Halo.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. And anybody who took a look at that demo and thought there wasn't an absolute outpour of passion from the devs working on it would have to be blind. That's just the truth of it. It's clear that they're working their asses off, and that the people who are working on that project really care. Even some of the original devs who worked on Halo CE were just very positive. To your comment about lore in the books. Make a campaign mod based on the books. There's one problem with that, Skaboodly. I'd have to read the books! But actually, I do have some of the books. I got them gifted to me recently. Which ones do I have? Let me see here. I have... Oh, shoot, what was that? Nintaki, thank you for the $5.
Others may be excited for the Flood Crust. I, on the other hand, cannot wait for the fully remade and remastered Human Crust.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah, I forgot you can't read. Thanks, Skaboodly. Thanks, man! Appreciate it! Fully remade and remastered Human... That's disgusting, dude. I watched a Meat Canyon video today, and that's what I'm envisioning when you said Human Crust. Good God. Where are my Halo books? I lost them. Where'd they go? They were here. I have the Halo Warfleet Art of Halo book over here, which was an awesome gift, but I don't know where the Halo novels went. They were... Oh, there they are. It's by my soul. I have Solo Leveling. And I have Halo. And Tower of God. Yeah. I have Halo Point of Light. I don't know. Maybe I'll read it one day. I'd like to. All right. New chat, don't know about the human crust lore. There's no lore, I never shower. Alright, let's make some cool particles, man. Let's make some cool dang particles. So we already have this one, I think. Huge depth of vertical outside waterfall mist. Oh, I gotta hit the button. Yeah, I already have that one, which means the only other particle I need is this one. Wait, is the other one disabled? No, they're both enabled. Okay, so this is the particle we actually need. Fluid sheet directional large. Which one is it then? I'm so fascinated. Which? It would have to be this one, right? Was it forced on? Aspect range, that's all fine. It's... frame animation is random between 0 and 1. What? I'm tripping. What is going on here? This can't be right. Okay, so we get like the downpouring ones. Maybe that really is them. It just looks so different when they're all like stacked atop each other so much. How odd. Okay, well that's fine then. I'll just do that exactly as it is. Alrighty. It's time. So this one is Forge Small Falls sheet down vertical. Now if we take a quick little looky, we have Forge Fall sheets here, which is very similar to this one. I'm going to continue to use exactly this one. And it's just going to work perfectly with 0 issues, and all of you guys are going to think it's very cool and impressive when I add this waterfall effect in. Jank, thank you so much for the 2! Thank you.
Please, will anyone please make a Halo mod based on a book's story?
Alright. If somebody came to me and paid me a salary and wage to work on a Halo book mod, I would do it. Alright? But it just takes so much time to make most mods that the reality is I'm probably never gonna do that shit. I've been wanting to make Contact Harvest for years. Right, like that sounds amazing. And I know that you would be so passionate to do so. But also the ungodly amount of time and effort you have to put in for something like that is so underestimated. People are like, please just make the mod. It's like, I'm going to be working 8 to 10 hours a day on that for the next 10 months, please. If I made enough based on my Ko-Fi, I would quit my current job and just do Halo modding full time. Oh, hell yeah. Abso-fucking-lutely. Even I can't do this just streaming full time. I do shit on the side all over the place. Aspect ratio is going to be particle age 0.1 to 0.6. And it's going to go wow, wow, wow. Did you catch my last message? I don't think so. I can't remember it off the top of my head, Booth Crawl. Sorry. I'll check it out, though. That goes wow, wow, wow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, the color's white. Intensity is 1.25. I'm going to leave it at 3, actually. Alpha is 0 to 1 over particle velocity. That's something I just straight up don't have, so I'm not going to worry about that. And instead... Okay, that's looking more correct, but now we need to keep tweaking it. Now that we have the actual particle itself going, it's particle random between 0 and 1, correct? Animation-wise, yeah. Alright, cool. Now that that works very easily, can just go in and make this just like it is in Reach. Close the particle, close the bitmap, go into here, and we just simply scroll. Near fade range is 5. What was that, 15? 5 and 15? Yeah, good enough. Alright. Tube type. I'm going to do line, because, yeah, inevitably it's going to have a big axis scale. The, oh, it's got some interesting relative directional stuff going on. I have no idea what this is going to look like, but we are going to do it. So this one has a particle reference axis at Z, constant, and I'm doing a line instead of a tube type particle emitter, because, I can't modify stuff in Halo 3. It's older tech, so I gotta just do this my way. Alright. We're going to have the relative direction starting interpolant, blah, blah, blah. So it has game time to system correlation 1. Do I have that? Game time to system correlation 1. And it's 1 to 0, and it's using a jitter, 0.05, and wander, 0.05. And then this has 0.5 as the phase. Gives us a look like that. Looks correct to me. These starting interpolants, frankly, I'm not entirely sure what the purpose of these are. But they're here. I'm going to use them. Jank!
Then put
Thank
your
you for the 2.
money where your mouth is.
All right.
The daily tip goal higher.
Oh my god, I don't think that's a good
Trust me,
idea.
People will not think it's greedy. Modders' labor requires funding.
Yeah, but right now I'm doing whatever the hell I want to do. I'm working on, well, to be fair, it's what a lot of people want as well, because people really want Ultimate Forge, but yeah, I don't know. I would feel too greedy. I think it's like, because we don't even hit the daily tip goal all the time anyway. Like, so I would, just raising it just makes it feel even worse. It's like now we're like never going to hit the daily tip goal. Mission radius 0, 1, particle correlation 1. And that would just make me feel bad. You know, I don't want to do that. All the way down to particle lifespan. 17 to 27. Holy shit. A long-ass particle lifetime. Emission rate is 6. Where's my emission radius? It's 0 to 1. Okay. I'm gonna have to manually change the alpha to fit this. Anyway, now we got physics. Modded gamer 69.
4 days shotgun. 4 days.
I know. It's been busy, man. I've been doing a lot of real life shit. I gotta get that horror mod out ASAP. I'm dying over here, dude. Self-acceleration is 0 to 1 on particle correlation. 1. And for this, we have some starting interpolant adjustments, and all these do is change the position of a particle over their lifetime. Very cool. And this is not through physics, but by literally just forcibly moving the particle throughout the game. The velocity our particles will spawn with is going to be random between 2.5 and 3 units per second. So this is how fast they shoot out. That's fine. Rotation, none. Particle size is a 3. Scale goes from half scale to 3 times scale over its lifetime. Excuse me. So we'll go half scale to 3 times scale over lifetime, and yep, that graph more or less looks correct. Lastly, we're going to adjust the particle alpha. Okay, well, that's a lot. 0 to 1, particle age to particle random. Pretty similar to what I have here already. It's just a little hump to a big hump. Kind of like that. That, but a little points here. Allegedly, that's correct. Black point is inactive. Let's see what we got. And find out how much I need to change it.
Raise it by $100 more and open up your Twitch to dual streams. You will reach the funding, no doubt about it.
I don't know if I feel confidently in that.
Also, something I really like about the remake is the Warthog model. It looks so good, probably my favorite model so far.
I don't know if I would say it's my favorite model, but I do think it looks very good. Oh, my particles are broken, aren't they? I do like the Warthog now. It's grown on me a lot. I know that's going to be controversial because it's very different than how it used to look in many different ways. But the more I see it, the more I like it. I don't know. I'm not really, like, offended by it or anything. I think it's cool. Alright, how does this change the particles? Alright, they're coming down now. Oh, I gotta flip them around. What are they doing? Why are they doing all that? Okay, they're slowing down at the end. Is that what it's supposed to do? That shit is fucked up, dude. Ew. Gross. Alright, let's change the rotation.
You don't have to be confident, just try it. No balls.
Thank you for the 2, Jink. Alright, I'll consider trying it. I mean, I'm not really against it. It's not like a terrible idea. I don't want to be seen as greedy. There's already so many people who are like, grr, he makes mods and makes money from streaming it. He's evil. Very tiring thing, but it is what it is. Okay, it's kind of got the gist of it. Some of the particles go flying way off for some reason. It looks kind of weird. Let me try putting this into its, like, actual correct position real quick. I'll see how I feel about it. It's supposed to be, like, right around there. The way I plan to monetize modding is not really monetize modding, it's just an open-ended tip jar situation. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I'm hoping for at any given time with what I'm doing. I don't want to, like, monetize the modding or the mod itself. I just want to be able to monetize me sitting around making the mods and enjoying myself. Like, that looks semi-correct, but there's still some things about it that aren't quite right. No, I mean, that's pretty much it. Maybe I could just reduce the intensity a little on the particle itself. Now, but it matches. Like, that looks really good, actually. Okay, I think I like that. Like, compare that to Reach, and I feel like that's not bad. Though modding is much more valuable to me at the moment than anything I can buy. Damn. Well, I feel grateful then. Halo modding is very valuable to me as well. As it turns out, you know, I'm not to be that guy, guys, but I actually think Halo modding is pretty cool. Pretty cool. I like that. I like the way that the things are new and cool looking. It's good. It's good stuff. And you know what? I'm gonna say it. I'm not sorry. I like Halo. I think Halo's a cool game. Good stuff. It's good stuff. Alright, that looks a little better with the lowered intensity. There we go, dude. Big wishy-washy waterfalls. But you know what? Yeah, I mean, that's why I have the tip jar, though. I put the tip jar in the description, so if anybody wants to send a tip, not only does it go to support me, you get to read out your wacky stuff on stream in a funny TTS voice. What it's for, baby. It's what it's for. Alright, let's do a little comparison between this. Wait, I never changed the particle, did I? Oh no. No, I did. Okay, we're good. Here is Halo 3. Get rid of this real quick. Allegedly there's some smoky particles in there, but I don't know. And this is Halo Reach. I think it's just the colors for me in 3 that I like more. I think in 3 the waterfalls feel a little bit more full as well. That's kind of nice. By the extra cash I have, you'd be surprised how much I'm willing to. I'm not gonna ask. That's rude for me to ask, but I appreciate the gesture, the thought. Yeah, that looks good. All right, I'm loving the waterfalls. We do need to get a little splishy splash zone down here underneath these 2 waterfalls, but you know, other than that, we're almost done with these things. We do have the waterfalls to do outside the map, but I haven't. There's a lot of errors outside the map. It's not exactly my priority. Why they look so bad in Reach? Look, you would have thought they looked good in Reach until you saw this, to be fair. It's just Halo 3's engine hard carrying. Modded Gamer, thank you for the 420!
But you aren't supposed to say Halo is cool anymore. 343 messed it up and HS is still Halo Studios, and you should agree with my opinion because 343 bad and I am super angry they can't be Bungie minus 90% of the Halo community. JK lol.
There is no Bungie anymore. There is only the Destiny company. And Halo is what we are given. All we can do is hope it is good. But yeah, number company bad. They freaking stink. Who names their company after numbers? That's stupid. Companies should be named with letters. Hear me out, guys. Hear me out. Next, we're going to take this little particle system right here. Fuck, right here. This one right here, you see that beautiful fog slowly billowing over the water, as though small amounts of the water droplets are actually impacting the surface and causing a bit of water vapor to spray into the air as the particulates are light enough to float on the wind currents created by the falling water. You see that? You see that right there? You like that, don't you? Yeah! Yeah, you love that! We're gonna get that in Halo 3, okay? All's close 3 base. Wowzers. Wowzers. I like the texture in the waterfalls and Reach, but I like the droplets by the end. Yeah, the waterfall, I mean, the one thing I wish I had in Halo 3 that the Reach one does have is the bump mapping. This waterfall actually has a bump map on it, which is where a decent bit of like the texture and variation in the actual water itself is. But I put that on in Halo 3, but it seems that the bump mapping doesn't really seem to apply to the waterfall here. It's on there, it just doesn't show. I don't know if it's the lighting, the type of texture that it is, or what. But I'm also not really pressed about it, because I kind of think it looks better without it. Happens looking peak. We're getting there. We're gonna add a subtle effect down here at the bottom. Have a nice little foggy mist coming up. You know, now that I'm looking at it, my foggy mist down here is a little heavy. I think I like that though. I think I like that. Foggy mist part 2, baby. The best. This is the best part of anything. And you know, if you're ever wondering, what is it that the Halo Studios developers are doing day in, day out while they're cooking that Halo CE remake, Halo Campaign Evolved? A lot of it is shit like this. Going, oh dang, I gotta put a waterfall in the video game. Guess I'll do that now. Dang, alright, time. Oh, look at that. We're getting the waterfall in. Oh, there it is. Now let's modify that. Let's spend the next 3 hours perfecting this particle effect. Here we go, baby. Except for me, it's going to be very fast. Extremely quick. It's what I'm known for, how fast I am, you know? It's pretty impressive. Alright, this is literally just the mist particle, which I already have done and made, and I don't have to make it again, thank God. God! So, yeah, it's literally, what is this? Forge, close, mist, impact, huge. Mist, huge depth. It's the fiery one, right? This one. Yeah. So these two can suck my ween and my peen. And we're just gonna be left with this one here. And all I have to do is copy the settings, and it's done! Easy! This is 20 near fade range. And the near fade override is 0. The LOD out distance is 95 to 10. Beautiful, already set. Alright, we may move on to the actually important stuff. What the fuck is that? What is that? Why does it look like that? Is this important, or were they just bored and somehow drew shit with fucking trigonometry? What is this? Game time wander? Sure, dude. Whatever. If it's that important. What did they even do here? Can I even... I don't even think I can do that in Halo 3. What is that? Whatever. 1 to 3. 1, negative 3. 1, negative 3. Next, we've got the Interbulant goes 100, 10, negative 65. Oh, that's already good. It's all copied from the other. Emission rate is 0.8 to 1.4. Emission angle 90, random to 120. Then we got emission rate is 10, particle lifespan is 10. Physics 0.2.6. Changed like just the tiniest amounts, but I think the infinite ones are just placeholders until they make new assets. Yeah, one thing people have been pointing out that I think is very interesting. It would not surprise me if a lot of the Covenant guys stayed as the infinite ones just because it's a lot of time saved, but I will say the Hunters in the Halo Campaign Evolved trailer, the Hunters are completely new. The Hunters are brand new. They look very similar to the infinite ones if you just do like a cursory look over, but they are completely remodeled. I'm sure they used a lot of the same base assets for like sculpting it, but it's brand new armor, brand new everything. It's very good to see. Filled me with hope. Initial velocity 2.5 to a random of 3.5. Very cool. Particle rotation is 0 to 1. Initial rotation rate 0.2 to negative 0.2. The fuck is it? It's negative 0.2 to negative 0.2. I'll just copy this. I don't know what's going on with this thing, but I'm just going to do whatever it has. Then we have particle sizes 2.1 to 2.6. Because this is a much larger one. Then we have particle age scale 3.5 to 0.8. Starts a little smaller, ends around the same size. And then lastly, alpha is 0 to 0.2. And that is particle age to particle random. I'm just going to leave it like this. I'm not really pressed about the randomness. Alright, let's see. How does it look? Why is it going down into the ground really far? Does this have gravity on it? Oh, it does. No, it doesn't. Fuck. Modded Gamer, thank you for the 3!
They've only started work on the game this year, so they haven't had nearly enough time to make every new asset. I think just based off the Warthog they are definitely planning on making more, but there was certainly a time crunch for HCS.
Oh, I don't doubt it at all. I do not doubt it at all. That said, I mean, it's super smart from a game dev perspective. If you are to save a bunch of resources by reusing assets, that is not anything crazy by any means. So I would not be shocked by at all if they had intended to keep those final 0 to 0.8. But I don't know. I don't work there. Can't say with any certainty. Yeah, that's okay. Not the best effect ever. It feels like it's just blowing way too quickly. It's really not, though. I think it's just... It needs to be more faded. Maybe the radius needs to be a little bigger. I'll try that. 0.8 to 1.4. I'll do 2.8, 1.6. Suppose that's a little better. Not perfect. Alright, though. There we go. That's a bit of the effect I was after. It's just kind of like a light fog. That feels a little more natural. I think the waterfalls are done, guys. I think we absolutely killed it, and now we deserve a very satisfying before and after on these waterfalls. On the ones that we have here in Reach. And the ones here in 3. Halo 3. Halo Reach. 3. And I'm sorry, the ones in 3 look better. I know I'm just copying Bungie's homework, but 3's engine looks so good. Modded Gamer, thank you for the 3!
And honestly, I don't mind the Infinite assets. They feel a lot better than the Halo Reach assets in HCEA, so I'm not worried on that.
100%.
Halo Infinite certainly feels a lot more Halo C because it was inspired by it, especially the UNSC stuff.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things I was thinking about is like, I know there's a ton of people who are die-hard about the classic CE designs, and they desperately, so desperately want to see a remaster of the like classic Halo CE elites, the classic grunts, all in the original CE art style. But you gotta think about this. 343 spent all this time making a bunch of new elites and stuff for Infinite that are super high fidelity, super nice, in the fan favorite Reach art style. And then they want to go through and basically remaster CE, presumably because they're going to remaster the other games afterwards at some point, right? Which implies you would want some kind of consistency between these guys and their like now more modern, lore accurate selves. And it would be kind of weird if they, like, it makes sense that between Halo Classic, Halo 1, and Halo 2, the designs changed, but now the designs are kind of locked in. What we got in Infinite's like the canonically accepted versions of the elites. We went through design hell as a community, as 343 was redesigning, and finally they settled on the Infinite, more classic, Reach-inspired designs, and then it's like, okay, and now they're in the Halo CE remake, and people are like, actually, they don't look like the ones from Halo 1, and it's like, yeah, they're not supposed to. They're supposed to be like the modern version of those guys. Like, it would be so weird if they remastered all of the Halo CE elites and grunts and jackals, and then they went into Halo 2 and remastered the exact Halo 2 grunts and jackals and stuff. The franchise consistency is important. CE looks nothing like Halo 2. Yeah, CE and Halo 2 are like night and day in terms of art style. Halo 2 completely shifted the art style of the entire series. It makes more sense that they're just being consistent with the art style. I don't think it's a bad thing at all that the elites are using the Infinite elites. I think the Infinite elites look incredible. I think the Infinite jackals and grunts look incredible. They're great. Honestly, the only thing I hope they do is just add more variety to them. I think that, like, they should just... And I think that's exactly what they're doing. They're just building off of what was already a really great base for all of the Covenant and Infinite. The Covenant and Infinite were the best they've ever looked. I don't even think it's a competition. They look amazing. The fidelity's incredible. The designs are based off of Reach. Everybody loves how everything looked in Reach. Like for all the Covenant designs. It's like, it's been the baseboard. It's been what is referenced. Everything, everywhere, all the time. Think about all the remasters, dude. The remaster of Halo 2, most of the shit in the Halo 2 anniversary was Reach designs. Almost everything that wasn't purely custom was a model from Reach, including a lot of the enemies, and the same thing goes for Halo CE Anniversary. Most of the stuff was grabbed from Reach. Reach is just the peak of Bungie's design and the last designs they did, and Infinite took advantage of that, and now they're taking advantage of it again to keep consistency for CE Anniversary, or sorry, Combat Campaign Evolved. Ah, there's so many names. This is like Xbox 360 to Xbox One all over again. Now it's the Xbox One X. It's not Halo 1, it's not Halo CE, it's not Halo CE Anniversary, it's Halo Campaign Evolved, which is just Halo CE, but with a different C word. Ah! Okay, I will say this. While I am generally excited about the new Halo CE remake, I do think Halo Campaign Evolved is a doo-doo butt-ass name. Alright, I get it. It keeps the Halo CE lettering scheme. I get that. But I think Halo Campaign Evolved, while being very literally on the nose and working with the Halo CE, the little acronym there, I just think that's kind of a doo-doo name. When I saw Halo Campaign Evolved, my first instinct was to go, damn, that name kind of sucks big wieners, doesn't it? And I like what I'm seeing gameplay-wise. It looks good. You know, I have my like long-time Halo fan criticisms, but I think it looks good. But that name is bad. All right, I'm sorry. I understand the way it connects. Like I said, it's got the CE, it's got the acronym. I get all of that. It's the campaign, and the campaign is evolved. It's perfect. Is it perfect, though? It kind of sounds bad. Eli, thank you for the super chat.
Hog on you. Infinite has the H1 Marines green visor and updated needler. The Rits are the same, so Infinite's models are perfect placeholders.
True. Or they're just perfect for in general, but also true. Modded Gamer, thank you for the 3.
Called it Halo Combat Re-Evolved.
Re-Evolved. I am going to assume you meant re-evolved. I don't know what a better name would have been, alright? I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm not a marketing team. I could not have probably come up with anything better myself than Halo Campaign Evolved. It makes sense. It's got a lot going for it. It's just when I read it on screen, I thought that's a stupid name. I'm not going to lie. That was my first instinct. And that's coming from somebody who has genuinely been very excited for this project. But yeah, no. I thought it seemed kind of stupid. Sorry if somebody from Halo Studios ends up watching this and is like, damn, you think it's stupid. Like, I'm sorry. I'm excited for the game, but I do think the name... It's too late to change the name. But, like, it is what it is. I get it. There's a lot going for it. CE, etc. Whatever. But you know what? I like what you said, Eli. The new Pelican does look good. Clearly, it was very work in progress because a lot of the effects on the Pelican were very rough and very early looking. But the model itself looked really good. I like the way the Pelican looked. I like the way the Hog looked. I have a feeling they are probably going to work on the Marines a bit more. I hope. That's one thing I would like to see more classic-ified, so to speak, is if the Marines were more classic CE, or maybe pulled a little bit from that Reach aesthetic, which kind of had a similar CE vibe to it, so to speak. Waterfalls are good. What should I work on next? I know we got some watery sounds down here and around here. Kind of nice. Some subtle water sounds here are good. Are there any more effects, really? Besides, like, the waterfalls up here with all the fog and stuff? I think that might be... Oh, there's a little bit there, isn't there? Oh my god, there's another waterfall? I didn't even notice that. That's cool, though. There's that. I think that fog is part of the skybox. Maybe I'll steal that later. No, that's pretty much it effects-wise. Is there anything here, effects-wise? No? Why does the water look like that? It's like rippling. Oh, you guys can't even see, my bad. No, I mean, this is looking pretty fine. Nothing crazy here. I need to grab these trees, man. I gotta yoink them so I can just decorate all over the place. That's alright, though. It's pretty okay. It's fine. I guess that mainly leaves light mapping, sound design, and decorators! That's right. Did I put the decorators in already? I don't know if I did. Decorator brush, what do we have? Pine tree? No, I didn't. We do have these really crappy pine trees I stole from campaign, but they're really ugly and I don't like them. Actually, maybe they would look okay. Let me try this really quick. Let me put these down there. Put one there, then one over here. All right. My crappy little pine tree decorators. But hear me out. If I launch this up in the full Halo 3 tag test, they might get some lighting on them. And I want to see if they look good in the lighting or not. Because if they do, I could theoretically use this for the skybox trees, which would be kind of cool. Do you think they'll make the fuel rod purple, since many of us have been brainwashed to think the CE fuel rod is purple by Gearbox? Honestly, good question. I don't know. I don't know. I think it's going to be gold. I think the fuel rod is gold. It's been gold for so long that it's just going to be gold forever now. Levels, multi, forge, Halo, forge. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, if you think about the fuel rod is Spanker. It's a great gun. Great gun. If you think about the fuel rod Spanker, it was gold. It's gold and green. Jang, thank you for the 2! Appreciate it.
What do you think if the Halo multiplayer game was a crossover game for all Halo remakes from 1 all the way to 3? It could be a true 10-year plan.
Man, I don't know how I'd feel about that, honestly. And you know what? That could be cool. Oh man, where's my spawn point? I wouldn't... It's a hard question to answer because it would depend really heavily on, like, how that is done. Frankly, I'm not entirely sure. Oh, I don't have a scenery for a spawn location. It would so heavily depend on how that's actually done. I really struggle to actually answer that, like, meaningfully. It could be awesome, but it could suck. That's a purely executionary type thing. Like, if it's executed well, sick. If not, that fucking sucks. Like, I like the idea and concept a lot, though. Like, it's a good concept of an idea. It's a good concept of an idea. It's a crazy-ass way to phrase that. Alright, let's see. I don't have anything on the forge list right now. Oh, I have unplugged. Modded Gamer, thank you for the 3!
They should make a new MCC starting with the remake and just add on to it.
I suppose. Oh yeah, these trees actually look good. I'm gonna use these. The lighting, they're actually. I feel like they're taking lighting correctly. I think they should make a new MCC starting with a remake and just add on to it. Why not, dude? That's a good idea. From my perspective, anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna use these trees. They look like shit in the editor, but they blend in really nicely here. If I just get a version of these trees, but instead it uses a non-snowy version of the trees themselves, I think I could spam these all over the fucking place, and these would be great. Because, like, look at the difference here in actual, like, gameplay compared to how it looks in the editor, where they have no lighting at all. Like, they stick out like a sore thumb. They have no lighting. It's really ugly. And then you actually look at it in-game, and it's like, no, they match here. They actually take on the lighting well. They don't cast shadows, sadly, but they don't in reach either, so, like, whatever. I think it's fun. Yeah, I'll put a whole bunch of those out there, but first I gotta get some non-snowy versions in. Honestly, I kind of wish they remake Halo 3 instead of CE. Ah, my sweet summer child. But you know better than that, Mr. Skaboodle, because you know that if they remake CE and it does really well, they can remake Halo 2 and it'll do really well, and then they can remake 3 and it'll do really well. And while they're at it, they might as well do ODST and Reach too. More money. More. Ski runs? Yeah, I'll open up the map so that you can go up higher into the skybox there. Mess around. And 4? Except for 4, they redo it and make a whole new game from that starting point. You're so right. They should do that. So the way that you're so intelligent boggles my mind. I wish I had thought of that. Okay, one sec. As much as I like how these trees look, and we're gonna go decorate the outside of the map, I gotta go use the little boy's room. I'll be right back.
When are we getting the remastered chair?
Alright, sorry for the long pause, you guys. Got coffee, was checking out the new 3D print. Doing a little bit of chit-chatting and stuff with a pretty lady. Now, it's time. Did I poop? No, but I will after this coffee, and that's my promise to you. 3D print. I got a 3D printer recently. And I've been experimenting all day with starter 3D prints. I printed out a little character that I 3D modeled. And it looked good. Came out pretty good. There were some issues with it. Some that it's kind of like I'm debugging it, sort of. Actually, I kind of want to show you guys. It's kind of cool. Which printer? It's a Flash Forge Adventurer 5M Pro. It's a really nice, really nice printer. Modded Gamer, thank you for the 3. When are we getting the remastered chair? Dude, this is a nice chair. I don't want to remaster this anytime soon. I love this chair. The 3D print the Scarab? No, but I want to now that you said that. Holy shit, I want to make a giant Scarab. The 3D printer has a lot of space on it. Let me show you guys a little character. Hold on. I just want to show these off real quick before we get right back to the Halo. So I recently just got my 3D printer. I was asking the one and only Skibidi Noodle, aka Skaboodly Doodle, about which 3D printers to get, and I've been experimenting all day with it. This is a character I modeled for this really pretty lady I know. She's very nice. This is a character I modeled, a little Shib. He's like a little cute, cartoony Shiba Inu with like horns. With a little bell and a bow on him. I modeled him ages ago. His tail got a little screwed up there. Didn't quite come out right. The supports didn't work. But the rest of him came out pretty good. It was really cool to see something I made like actually come out well. So he came out kind of cool. I tried to make another one earlier that had a stand, but I didn't build the supports well enough for the stand. And so the stand came off, but I had it in a little pose that I did. And the tail also kind of screwed up here. It didn't quite work for my fix, but... So now I have these two little guys, the first 3D prints I've made, and I like them. They're coming out real good, these little Shib guys, little cool little mans. And it's a lot of fun. I made them really small because I didn't want to wait like many hours. Each one of these guys took about an hour to print, which I was surprised to see. It was really fun to see something like this. Like an hour I felt like was a really short amount of time to get something of this quality and detail. That's a good model for someone who says he's not good at modeling? I suppose so. He's a cute little guy. Thank you for the 3, Modded Gamer.
Make a 3D print of huge grass.
I could.
Face emoji.
I genuinely want to make a Scarab now. Now that you guys said that, I don't know why I didn't think of that earlier. I want to make a Halo 3 Scarab full 3D print, like a big one. I'm going to go have to get some... I forget, Skaboodly mentioned a new material. Right now I'm going through the regular PLA material the printer came with, which is this kind of nice, shiny, sparkly, darker, kind of, it's like an iridescent purple blue that came with it. And I think it looks nice, it's pretty, but I would want to get like a more base material so that I could do some like spray painting and stuff. They look like Weasel. Oh, I miss Weasel. But yeah, they came out good. I like them. They're a character I modeled for her, and I think they're pretty cute, pretty cool. I know you have this issue, but an aim animation that pitches up and down, but the barrel doesn't point the way the direction the crosshair is. Pitches up and down, but the barrel doesn't. Oh, yes. I know exactly what you're talking about, Skaboodly. Hold on, let me put these back into the 3D print farm. I'll be right back. Like, I thought you liked the Halo 2 Scarab over the Halo 3. I was debating which one I would want to do first, but I would do the H3 one first. I would do the Halo 2 one second. Ooh, and then I should print my Scarab, dude. I should print the Halo Wars E3 2007 Scarab that I, like, cleaned up and changed around. I would, yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah, I definitely got to print out some Scarabs, though. I don't know where, I think I might have to just buy all of the 3D printing material online, but one of these days, I am going to get a full-on giant 3D printed Scarab. I'll do the biggest one I can on my current 3D printer. I don't think I'm going to do like a giant one. It might be a little bit much. This doesn't look like I modded Campaign Evolved into Ultimate Forge. What the fuck? Listen, I'll add the bitch seat to the back of the Warthog, alright, for player 4. I'll do it. Imagine if it got printed out and lasered in aluminum. That'd be sick. That'd be fucking so sick. I'm definitely gonna do a Scarab, though. Overnight, my plan is to print one gigantic version of that Shib character, like a maximum size that I can reasonably get away with. And then, after that, I'm gonna get more material and then try printing out some Halo stuff. I think that's the move. How's the horror mod going? I'm not gonna lie to you and say this. I have not worked on it. I should have been, but I've been busy and I've been putting all my time into this lately because I really just want to get Ultimate Forge out. I'm guilty. I'm guilty of this great sin. Also, can I just say, for any of you guys watching right now, this is a Forge mod, and this is a Forge piece in the mod. Just not to toot my own horn, but look how seamlessly these terrain pieces blend. I know it's not perfect. It's not Halo 5 levels of terrain blending, but like, come on. And there's no painted grass down yet, so it doesn't match with this yet, but come on, they're not seamless. It's close! It's not seamless, it's somewhat seamful. Lightly seamful. Look, see, that's pretty close. It's not bad. It's not bad. 3D print a life-sized 1-to-1 high charity. Nice. I'll have to get Elon Musk on the phone and tell him to blast it into space. I can tell they're not the same color. Actually, they're very similar, and, oh my god, what's this? I'm getting word right now. They just said your mom. My god, I'm so sorry. It's just what they said. Ooh, you know what? Let's flare. Oh, right, Scaboodly. Sorry, I got distracted by getting up. Okay, the aim thing. Scaboodly, can you send me a clip of it so I can figure out exactly which aim thing it is? Because there's a couple different, like, aim issues, so to speak. How do I go down? Click, LB. Oh, it's LB. And 3D print a life-size Halo ring, please and thank you. Absolutely, that's so easy. I mean, come on, ask me for something hard. All right, that's so easy. A full-scale 1-to-1 Halo ring. Give me a challenge, dude. A life-size greater arc. Easy! Give me another one. 3D printed naked arbiter. Who's to say I haven't done that already? Bold assumption to assume that I haven't. Alright, yeah. I just wanted to fly around with the Hornet and get a feel for it, and I can confirm, my sources are confirming, it does feel good as fuck, and this is sick. Life-size energy sword? I was actually thinking about that years ago when I was on a trip to LA. A good friend of mine, she won me this. I want to say it was like a Dave & Buster's, so I've had this for a while now. It's like a light-up energy sword prop. 2021 Microsoft Corporation copyright, and it's pretty cool. It lights up and stuff. It's nice. It's hardly full size though. You know, my hands. I got big hands, but even still, it's a little bit small. So, a full size energy sword would go kind of hard. Okay, vid sent. Okay, let me check it out. Mr. Noodle. Guys, together we're going to diagnose Skibbity Noodles Halo Reach difficulty. Alright, here it is. This is what Skaboodly's working on. And might I say, it's fucking sexy. Alright, let's see. Badass animation plays, and it fires away from where you're actually aiming. Okay, so the trouble with this, not that there's anything particularly hard to solve about this, but the thing is there's a couple of different things that could be happening here. So, first and foremost, your aiming animation. In Halo Reach, you know how when you do the aiming animation, it does like the whole spin around and then the last frame is like all the way down and all the way up? I need to know at what angle in the actual animation file is it going up and down. Because what you need to do is you have to match the angle in the actual Blender animation to the angle in, let me just go to one of the vehicles. 90 degrees up and 90 degrees down. Okay, in that case, the angle that you use for your animation, what am I doing? Objects, vehicles, human, fuck it, no, not Falcon. Let's do Scorpion. Turret, cannon. So here's the Scorpion turret animation graph. In the Scorpion turret animation graph, it has the new blend screen for aiming. And, oh, wait, it's actually just tied to aim, yaw, and aim pitch. Oh, do you have it when you animate it up and down, your aim, yaw, and aim pitch bones are also going 90 degrees up and down in correlation with your actual bones themselves? Because those bones need to animate as well in order to inform the animation graph. That's just how it works in Halo Reach and beyond. Because those are where the actual information is stored. Used to be in Halo 3 that you could just manually input the angles, but Halo Reach is like, nope, just bake it into the animation file with these funny little bones. Didn't see the issue in the clip? I will show you. What did he also send me? Oh, Scooby wants me to show you guys this. I don't know. I should have shown you guys this, but I guess it's better I wait for permission. Check this out, dude. You want to see something really fucking cool? I fixed it. I thought it was 90 degrees up and down. It was not. I made it 90 degrees exactly. Now it seems fixed. Perfect, dude. Yeah, I don't know. Reach is a bit weird with that. I'm glad you got it fixed, though. Aiming animation issues are so annoying to deal with. But here is something very cool Scooby has. Check this out. Do I have audio on? Let me make sure my audio's on. Watch this, dude. Very beautiful short sword, but wait for it. Oh! Look at that, dude. He animated it so the camera, when you're boosting and ready to go for a strafe run, aims down and behind so that you can actually aim your bombing runs. That's fucking clean, dude. That's so sick. And then your camera, as soon as you're done with your bombing run, camera goes right back to flight mode. Oh, want to go for a bombing run again? Boom, 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 boom. Drop them. Drop them. And then back in. I wanted a proper short sword mod my entire life. I don't know which short sword model this is. I don't know if Skaboodly modeled this or if he like retextured Halo Wars 2 and I didn't get a close look at it, nor did I ask him yet, but it looks good. His mods are next level, dude. Yes. If Skaboodly's doing something, he's giving it 110%. Like, it's crazy. Dude, it's so good. He has been cooking to just ungodly levels with the Halo Wars 2 parts of his mods. Like, it's absolutely nuts. That's the OG model from the promo posters I just slapped on basic textures. Ooh, that's not even the final dude, I cannot wait. I know the short sword is integral to the project you've been working on, and I know you're going to do an amazing, amazing job with it. I just can't wait to see it. I genuinely can't wait to see it. It's going to be so good to see. Like, already, you were moving so quickly with it that I didn't even have the chance to be, like, offended or appreciate the details, but just the colors and the shaders and the shape of it, I was just like, ooh, that's very nice. What happened to Weasel? Unfortunately, she was a very bad cat that could not play well with other cats and hurt the other cats on multiple occasions over half a year of time, and eventually, after nothing was working, I eventually had to rehome her, sadly. Not very happy about it, but it had to be done. Actually, I take that back. I am happy about it only because she was such a huge pain in the ass and was hurting the other cats, and that's so sad. So she had to be rehomed. And, I mean, as much as I love her and raised that kitty cat from when she was young, like, it had to happen, man. When a cat starts doing shit like that, I began to resent her. And if I began to resent her, and because of all the absolutely awful shit she was doing, she wasn't going to have a very good, loving home here for much longer. No, he pissed the cat. Bangers, dude. I have no fucking clue what you're saying, but straight fire, holy shit. Wrong K. If you're thinking of Peppy, Peppy is an angel. She is a sweetheart. She cannot do wrong. If Peppy tried to do wrong, she would still somehow just do all things correctly, right, and beautifully. She's so lovely. Do you think it's possible to create a physics volume that only works for aircraft that slows them down? Basically a landing strip that slows them down? Mr. Noodle, I have a news for you, actually. I don't know why I didn't think about this. This might be useful for you. Let me spawn in the Condor really quickly. So I did something kind of funny on the Condor. The Condor has a thing I did where when you fly it, it has an extra acceleration force applying to it. So when I fly the Halo 3 Condor here, and the engine RPM is going, the function is also adding on a force to it. You can see it kind of like goes up there. I'm applying an acceleration force through the engine RPM function on a specific marker. And it's not universal, it's applying in the direction of a single marker. But I'm curious to know, do you think it would be useful for you to use an effect like this? Because this is a feature, of course, that Halo Reach also has, where, let me just pop open the actual effect to show you what I'm talking about here. On the Halo 3 Condor, when I was working on it, FX, yeah, I think this is it, thrust test dot effect. Isn't that Condor finished? Pretty much, yeah. I just need to make a complete destroyed body model for it. But yeah. So I have this right here. In every effect tag, Skaboodly, and again, I'm not entirely sure how useful this will be for you. You can, like any effect, any particle, anything that you've ever applied, you can choose a marker, and you can apply an acceleration force, which is, and it's called acceleration, but it's a constant force that is just applying at all times. If I set this to 10 and then I tried to fly the Condor, you can see the effect it'll have. It's pushing from behind. That was a little bit more than I was expecting. That was like a lot, actually. Holy shit. Let's try like 2. So maybe like just like a little bit less this time. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Also, as a side note, I just want to grab the Mac cannon and fire it. Where's my impact effect? The fuck? You know what? That's fine. I didn't even want an impact effect. Can you grab the aircraft, put them in one spot over Scarab in order to avoid early mover jank and reach? I don't know how to avoid early mover jank and reach. Oh god, it's so much faster with this. I genuinely am not sure how you could avoid it. I'm putting this back to 10 and I'm just going to see what happens. I was thinking, I don't know why, holy crap, that's cool. Yeah. Wow. This is not through a speed effect, or through a like speed change in the vehicle property. It's me applying an acceleration to a marker through an effect tag. And that might actually be useful for what you're doing. Where's the hog with that cocktail? I'm gonna make it, I promise. Yeah. And so I just have that applying at a level of 1 so that it has higher acceleration, and also so that it, I don't know, I added some other reason for it. I think it makes it turn nicer. It makes it have more dramatic turning. How do I attach the effect tag? Do I put it in attachment in the vehicle tag? Yes. Yes, that's exactly how. The way that I have this set up, just for my specific case, where when I push forward, it gives me an extra boost on the Condor. My setup is pretty much exactly as you're expecting it to be. It's right here, thrust test. It's literally just on a function called Condor thrust. I manually set the marker, but it's also in the effect tag, so it's whatever. And that literally just looks like this, where thrust is the forward movement import that only works on, basically think of engine RPM, but just forward only, because that's what dropships use, a special thing called thrust. And then I just made it map in a sort of logarithmic, similar to a logarithmic scale. So as you accelerate, and as you get to the peak of acceleration, you get a massive speed boost from the thrust effect. Or actually, I think due to the way that it works, the moment it kicks in right around here, it just instantly goes BAM! And then spams the effect. But, you know, same difference. So I can tie it to the landing gear, right? I believe Reach has a dedicated landing gear function. And I think they're hidden. It's called, like, suspension left and stuff. I want to say you could. The problem is effect tags can't be triggered by overlay animations, and I think suspension are overlay animations, so you would have to do it through a function tied to that. I need to check. If I go to the Scorpion Cannon vehicle, I need to see if there's a function for what you're talking about. Because I vaguely recall that there is such a thing. Vehicle. We have tire positions, taking off, landing, flying. But these are for VTOL stuff. Turbo Seb! That's 40 months of Turbo Seb! Good God, man! Thank you so much! What the fuck? Did you just say gay thoughts or son-daughter? What the fuck does that mean? What are you saying? Gay thoughts or son-daughter? I don't know what the fuck that means. Maybe it's suspension here. I'm so convinced. Dude, that's so lucky. Look how many scenario interpolators Reach has. These are all scripted things that you can mess with. You only have like 4 in Halo 3. It's a question? I don't understand the question. Oh, wait, no. There's still these. Oh, animation event function. Wait. That could be... No, because... Talca, good to see you. Thank you so much for the 2. Appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Talca said... Thank you for the 2! Unlimited bacon, but no games, or unlimited games, but no games. What do you mean unlimited games, but no games? Oh, you just can't comprehend it. That's completely understandable. It takes a mind that regularly watches intellectual shows such as Rick and Morty to comprehend such an advanced train of thought. Don't blame yourself.
What's your opinion on the CE remake?
Dark Steel Laker for the 3! My opinion on the CE remake, it looks cool. It looks pretty alright. I'm excited for it. I want to get my hands on it so I can form a actually valid opinion that's not just reactionary based on the footage I've seen. But I feel excited for it. There are some things I'm pretty excited about. Some changes I'm pretty excited about. Some I'm very excited about. Some I'm not particularly thrilled about. Some I wish would change. For example... Examples of the positive that I'm most excited about is the 3 prequel missions between Chief and Johnson on Reach. That's going to be amazing.
Rejected, have you considered porting Forge World to Halo Reach?
Thank you for the tune-in, Taku! Wow, what a banger idea. No, that's actually, sounds fucking insane. You sound fucking unhinged. Forge World and Reach? What the fuck did you just... Are you kidding me? Guys, somebody get him out of here. This person's literally insane. I think that's absolutely unhinged. So the thing is, you want to switch this to Reach modding stream, create an example, and send me the tags. Listen. I'm gonna be honest. I really don't feel like modding Reach at this particular moment. I really just want this fucking map to be done already. What am I doing here? I was doing something. Oh, I remember. Thank you guys. Appreciate this. Appreciate the support. It's these. This is what I needed. Alpine tree cards. AT. Sorry, Scooby. I can lend you some assistance later, though. I would love to give you a hand. I'm sorry that I am selfishly just doing all the things that I want to do right now, but I do promise you that I will give you a hand. Tree card. You guys got the tree card. I'll let you say it. Ficus. Yeah. Alpine tree cards AT. Dude, I don't know what is going on with my brain, but it is struggling right now. I'm like lagging, IRL. Alpine tree card AT is going to be under Sky Halo shaders. There it is. Wow. So cool. Bitch, what the fuck? They both use the same texture. Oh. Okay, so what does it look like in Halo 3? Where am I having these problems from in Halo 3? Talk to me, game. Talk to me. What's going on? What's going on? We go Forge Worlds. We go Shaders. Sky. Where's my Alpine tree cards? Let's see. Trees, Hemlock. Okay. That ain't it. That ain't it. That's not it. What else do we have? Do we have any other trees next to Trees, Hemlock? What do we have? Trees. It's just Trees, Hemlock. Honestly, fine. I like these trees. This is fine. It's fine! I think what I'm just gonna have to do is make a version of this texture that I can map onto the Reach tree texture. That way all the trees are fine and dandy and cool. You're having issues because you haven't considered Forge World in Halo 2 yet? Well, listen, I'm gonna level with you. If there was a really easy way to get Forge World in Halo 2, I would do that shit, dude. I would do that. Especially with me making the Halo 2 Forge mod and releasing that onto the Steam Workshop a little bit ago. Like earlier this month, a little bit ago. That would slap. This Halo 2 Forge, but a Halo 2 version of Forge World would go crazy. Speaking of which, is this mod still doing it? I haven't checked the workshop in like a month. Look at that, dude. I'm up there under most popular right now. W. People seem to like Halo 2 Forge. That's pretty sweet. Ain't no way I'm ever beating Reach Slip Space, but still, that's pretty cool. How many subscribers? We got 3,000 subs. Thank you, subscribers. I appreciate them. Does Halo 2 have limitations that would prevent that? Yeah, oh yeah, big time. In order to do Halo 2 Forge World, I would essentially have to build from scratch an entire low poly optimized version of the map. Actually, the way that I ported Forge World into Halo 3, I did not think this was gonna work, okay? Forge World is a very large and dense map. The fact that this worked genuinely shocked me, and if you go back and watch the VOD where I very first tried to import this, you will hear me say over and over, guys, this probably isn't gonna work, but on the off chance that it does, I'm gonna try it. I said that more times than I care to count, and in the end, it just fucking worked. I don't know, dude. I don't even know what to say about that. It just actually fucking worked. So that's pretty cool. Make a big titty goth girl Spartan model. Oh, God. I mean, my priorities clearly aren't in check because that's not what's been on my mind lately. But you know what? I like the cut of your jib. So I'm going to have to do exactly that very soon. Not for me, but for all the other people who need it more than I do. You have to use a bunch of portals, or is it all one BSP? No, I can show you how I have it set up. It's actually not very many portals at all. So this is one giant BSP here. This is the outer BSP, which is pretty simple. It's a bunch of render-only mountains. And then this is the actual structure geometry here. And then this is the skybox right here. So it's basically, this is the skybox. This is the actual terrain. Everything else is just scenery that exists. And then you have the inside of the map, which this is the only portal I had to add. It's this big cross to kind of split the map in two. And this actually worked out really well. The reason I had to split the map in two specifically for Halo 3 is because Halo Reach doubles the amount of triangles you can have in any given area from 32,000 in Halo 3 up to 64,000 or 65,000 technically in Halo Reach. And I found that with some carefully placed portals, I could just split the map into 4 more quadrants on top of the existing portals, and that reduced each region roughly to about the half value it needed to be. And that was quite literally all I had to do in order to get this functioning, which is pretty awesome. I mean, there was a lot of other small changes I had to make to get Forge World and Halo 3 You know, such as adding the proper instance geometry prefixes to all objects, and making sure everything's stitched together, making sure every shader existed, converting certain materials like the water into the old shader style. A lot of little things like that, but frankly, it wasn't too bad. The hard part was just initially getting it in game, but once it was in and I knew that it functioned, I was just shook to my core because frankly, I was under the impression Halo... I mean, I knew other Halo Reach maps could get in, but Forge World's a really dense map. The biggest thing that shocked me about getting Forge World into Halo 3 is when you count up every single rock and every single tree, which in Halo terms, each of these map objects that are separate models placed down, each of these are known as instance geometry, which is a piece of geometry that is an instance, aka you can have copies, other instances of it. In total, there are about, I think, over 2,000 total pieces of instance geometry just on the inside of Forge World. 2,000 rocks, trees, metal Forerunner bits, more rocks, more trees, more rocks. And the thing that shocked me is that Halo 3, and at least I can guarantee ODST only allows 1,024 of them total. But I think because there's, I think it's 1,000 unique ones is something that I didn't understand before. But since they're just all the same tree, the same rock copied so many times, it was really no big deal for Halo 3 at all. I genuinely thought it was like a hard cap limit of 1,000 total, but it's 1,000 unique ones total because there's over 2,000 pieces of instance geo on this map. And Halo 3 was just like, yeah, okay. Even when I light map this map, even admittedly on low, it only takes an hour. It's not bad. It's not really not that bad. When I end up doing the full-scale light map, it'll probably take a good 8 hours because that'll be at like a high resolution on ultra-high dense settings and all that stuff. But just for the purpose of testing and getting light working, an hour light map is not bad at all. An hour? Yeah, but consider me, every time I wanted to light map Huge Grass, my gigantic Halo 3 modded map, that would take fucking 3 to 4 hours on
Check
low.
DMs, you absolute piece of buttered toast.
Wow, I haven't... Fucking, that's a deep reference. Thank you for the 2, Davy Jones. Not bald, by the way, but thank you so much. But also, I'm still not bald. What did he say? Oh, shit! What the fuck? That's Davy Jones with the squad. Holy fuck. He got a picture with all the boys. Ain't no fucking way, dude. Well, they're all old. They're all so old. Especially that guy on the left. Oh, you guys can't see. Look at that! It's Davy Jones! There he is. That's Davy Jones VFX. Leaked, dude. Leaked. Yeah, freaking sucks, dude. He called me bald. He's banned. He's fucking banned from my Minecraft server. He's banned from my stream. He's banned from my heart! Why does it look like that, dude? Come on, Bungie. It's supposed to be a rock there or something? Why does it... What the fuck is that, man? Is that in Reach, too? That's... What is that? Why does it look so nasty? Ew, gross. It's literally just like that. What's wrong with them? I made such a beautiful map and then they did this shit. I'm absolutely putting some fucking ferns there to hide that disgustingness. I just looked, Cashier took down all the videos. Wait, about what? Halo 3 Combat Evolved is no more? Why? 3 supports 1024 unique instances. A lot of the level geo is mine is instances with base BSP around 14k verts. That's really optimized, Halka. Why did Cashier take down all our videos? What the fuck? I know Cashier already disappeared once. Is she doing it again? This channel doesn't have any content. God fucking damn it. Because she was sour about not being able to be on for the CE remake. Well, I'm not on the CE remake, and I'm still having fun making mods, so... She should do the same, I don't know. Be dumb like me. Don't think hard about stuff, just do. doing a detail-oriented thing. Fuck, dude, what were we doing again? I'm so lost. I've been ranting for the past, like, 15 minutes about Forge World, and I completely lost what I was doing. Alright, here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna look at Forge World here. We're gonna go, ew, nasty, icky. I don't like that. I think Halo 3 is a better graphical engine. Alright, are we all thinking that? Are we all thinking that? Good. Good. Good mindset. Now, I am going to run very quickly, shove caffeine into my face, and then run very quickly again. But on the second time, I'm actually going to come back to my chair. I'm going to see how fast I can do this. And when I get back, we're going to go sicko mode. We're going to go absolutely fucking disgusting, silly levels on making this map look really fucking cool. Alright, here we go. Here we go. It's time. We're going sicko mode. We're gonna do it. We're gonna go crazy. Here we go. Step 1, grass. We're gonna import all the grass from the Mission the Covenant, and we're gonna go fucking silly. That's not a good descriptor for what we're gonna. It's gonna be cool though. It's gonna be really cool. Not silly at all. Badass. Very cool. Really cool part about this is going to work with all the Forge stuff you've already done. Hell yeah, it is. That's the best part about it. This is on Ultimate Forge. It's just another map for Ultimate Forge. All those giant flat canvases and sandboxes that already are pretty decent on their own are extra good and cool now because you can do it on Forge World in Halo 3! In Halo 3 style! It's beautiful. Makes me very happy. I need to go back into the stream where the suggestion was originally posed to try putting Forge World in to into this map. Oh, dude, I need to get these decals in. I'm gonna do decal palette first because there's a lot of decals that could go pretty wild on Forge World. Like the stream and subscribe for more rejected bot. It's shotgun. It's rejected shotgun. Took so long you could have rendered the high-res light map? Okay, it did. Okay, it did. I ran, alright? All my time going to the gym lately is paying off. You guys want to hear something? Listen, some of you guys in chat are going to resonate with this, okay? And I need you to hear me. For a long time, I did not work out, and my body was slowly deteriorating for years and years. And I knew in the back of my mind, I was like, I should work out. I should eat healthy. Blah, blah, blah. It got to the point where going up and down the stairs left me winded. Okay? I'm not proud of that. That's embarrassing to say out loud, but that's true. I would go up and down the stairs and I would feel winded. Like, damn, bro. I went to the gym, and after just like 2 weeks at the gym, and being on the treadmill and pushing myself and sweating like a motherfucker, just 2 weeks, that stopped happening. Doesn't happen anymore. And I've just been accelerating upwards from there. I never go to the gym. Yeah, but think about it. If you go up and down the stairs and you feel winded, that's kind of an embarrassing fucking thing, isn't it? That's what I was doing, and that was just me like a month ago. That just doesn't fucking happen anymore because I pulled the trigger and started going to the gym regularly. And now I'm ascending and accelerating far beyond that. I'm becoming strong, dude. One of these days I'm gonna be ripped. And that could be you too, because my fucking dumbass can do it. And what I have learned in life is that if I can do something, me, generic, most average human, can do a thing, then literally anybody can. I literally, when I'm trying to understand the world, I use myself as a barometer for like the most average American man of all time, which is very useful for me understanding the world at large. So anytime I can do something, I'm like, oh, fuck that. If I can do it, fucking anybody can do this shit. Because I'm just John Guy out here. Okay, we got the acoustics palette. Where's the decorators palette? I would have copied the data and pasted it to my scenario file. Pretty sure average American man is obese. Well, I don't like to think about that because being obese is not something that I want for my fellow Americans. I want all of us to be happy and healthy. Because we deserve that. 343 is sub-average. Here, beyond. What are you talking? What does that mean? I don't know how to even fit that into my example. You're scaring me. You mod Halo? I do. Can we get a treadmill mod in Halo 3? That would be kind of cool, actually. Dude, I'm freaking out. Where's the decorator palette? Freaking... Oh, here it is. We're good. False alarm. It was just right here the whole time. Decorators. Decorators. Where's the palette? Where's the palette? These are decorators. This is the palette. Fixo, fixo. That's all we get. How do I copy all of these and not the plate? You know what? I'm just going to have to delete all the placements, aren't I? Alright, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to copy the whole decorators. I'm going to paste the whole decorators. I'm going to delete that whole part where they're all placed down. Otherwise, it's going to literally blow up the map. Americans do be drinking that corn syrup. True. You know what? I like tasty foods as much as the next person. And I know there's a fuckload of us in America, and frankly, around the world, but a lot of us in America who are addicted to food. Yes, you can become addicted to food. I just count myself grateful that I'm addicted to other things. Like fentanyl. Just kidding, that's for legal reasons as a joke. That I'd be dead. Alright, where's my decorators? Decorators, where are you? There they are. Oh, nice. I like that. Oh, that's good. Alright, so we go here, and then we just delete all placements. Oh god, I can't. Oh god. Please, oh, please, God. Don't make me manually import all these, I swear to God. Oh my, this is gonna suck so much wiener. Usable the dumbbells that I can bludgeon the Covenant with. I like the cut of your jib. I like the way that I like that. That's good. Dude, can I have to manually handle... No, I don't. Watch this. Expert mode. Oh, yeah, that's it. Big brain. I'm an expert. I know what I'm doing. You know, my forefathers came up with a word for situations like this. Bazinga! Sorry, the fact that I said that out loud actually fills me with, like, immense pain. If I delete all of these, I hopefully still get these in my decorator palette and can paint as much as I want. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah! Alright, well, now that I saved those, Fingers crossed. All right, we didn't crash. Nothing exploded. I handled expert mode like an expert. 117 viewers. Actually, it's at 119 viewers. So actually, you are very wrong about that. So let's. What the fuck is wrong with me, dude? Brush, tall sphere, current. What the fuck is Fixo? All right, let's try this. Grass. I don't want grass dry, do I? I can't even paint grass dry. Bitch, what the fuck is a Fixo? They're all the same shit, dude. Are you telling me that they just spammed one single brush everywhere? Fixo, current set, none. Paint. Smells like I didn't paint anything. That's weird. Enforce minimum distance, clamp scale. Render, reapply hover. Oh no. Hello? Hi, it's me. I wanted to paint on the fucking ground now. Oh. Do I have to manually select it? What's happening? It'd be really cool if I could fucking paint the stuff. Oh, my dumbass. Okay. Ooh, grass. Okay, that's a weird fucking selection of things. I do not like that. Is this map done today? God, I wish. It's going to take a little bit longer. I'm going to say a couple more days. It would have been done much sooner already, but I had to do a lot of real-life stuff. I was out and busy all day yesterday, and the day before was the Halo announcement, so the last 2 days have been near zero progress on this mod. But we're back, so, you know, that's something. Alright. I'm going to spam a bunch of grass around here. Just kind of get a feel for it. Because there's going to be much more than just grass around here, but I'm just going to... This map, position-wise, isn't changing anytime soon, so... Alright, we have that. We save. Let's pop back in here. How does the grass look? I mean, that's fine. We definitely got to add more plants. More than just, you know, regular-ass grass, but that's good. Alright, I'm going to try to use this area to experiment with what's actually going to look good on the full-on painting here. So, I think we can all agree grass is like a really good base level for what should be painted down in areas. I'm going to try tall bush. What's tall bush look like? Okay, kind of similar to the huge grass bushes. I think I based the huge grass bushes off these, actually. Alright, let's put some down here. Save. Let's check those out. Okay, I'm going to want to use these sparingly because they're very, very large, so I don't plan on using these very much. They look nice, though. How about low bush? I think we're probably going to use this low bush quite a bit. Yeah, low bush looks good. I like that. Low bush is pretty. In fact, I'm going to start putting together my own decorator palette for this. I'm going to put this as a new instance of the map. Why are there so fucking many of these? Delete. 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 They're all the same and they look like doo-doo. I'll leave one of them. Apparently there were a few OG Halo devs at Worlds this year. Yeah, so I heard, which is really cool, actually. I'm really, like, thrilled. I saw some positive energy coming from some people who worked on the original Halo CE in regards to seeing the new campaign evolved, which is really cool. I saw some people being critical of it, inevitably, and fairly so. You know, it was hardly a perfect showcase, but you know, I was just happy to see that people seem to like it generally. That's good. All right, this is going to be Fort World FW grass. Alright, what we're going to do for this is we're going to start with grass, and then we're going to have, where's the bush low? Let's bush snow, low bush. I'll put low bush as 0.25, no, 0.2 as the probability for spawning. Now that we got those, and I think they look pretty good, we're going to go ahead and also add in some new stuff. See what else we can get. Thistle. Thistle look good? Thistle looks pretty good. Let me throw some thistle in here. Maybe not that much. How's thistle looking? Is that a good little plant? Not bad. I like thistle too. Nice. You know what that reminds me of? Thistle. Marcus Leto apparently was really impressed with the campaign of Alden and commended it. Yeah. And I mean, it looks good. A lot of people are saying that it looks bad. There were some things I thought didn't look that good that I hope they change, but like, I don't know, dude. Sorry to be like a crazy person, but I liked it. Looked pretty nice. Wait, maybe these have to be whole numbers. Oh, they do. Okay, low bush, 2, grass, 10. Instead of sword fern now, I'm going to do thistle. Also at a probability of 2. Alright, let's keep painting, see what other kind of plants look nice here. Tried tall bush. What about horsetails? I don't want to put too many of these down because they're kind of big plants. I don't really want a lot of big plants sticking out of the ground. I think the horsetails might be a bit much for the ground cover here. We'll get rid of those. Weed reddish. No, also too big. We could have those in certain areas, but I'm trying to make a like general ground scatter type thing that I can spam around a bit. Avoid water plants. What are these? Looks like the ocean. They're okay, I guess. They add a little bit of color variety. Maybe I'll spam these around the shorelines. That can look good. For now, I'll get rid of these, though. I won't include them. Check stream chat. Fine! God, I guess I'll check stream chat. Who said check stream chat again? Oh, it was you. On Saturday, I went to MCM London Comic-Con and saw Britt Barron, who did the voice for Linda 058 from Halo 5 Guardians. I got a signature and a selfie with her. Also, happy 10th to Halo 5. That's sick! Linda was a really good character from Halo 5, I will say. I like the way that she was a woman and also a Spartan, and that was cool. She was a strong lady in the video game. I like that. Alright, we got Salau. Is the Salau gonna look good? Yes, actually, it does. I like this plant! It's a good plant! Alright, we're gonna keep that. I liked Blue Team in Halo 5, but not Osiris. I liked Buck, and I liked Vale. For wildly different reasons. Low Butch, Thistle. What's the other one? Salau. Salau. There's also 2. Oh, I think the clovers are going to look good. Let's see that. Accepted sniper rifle! Thank you for the 2.
As we all know, Halo 3 desperately needs a Fent mod. There have been numerous mentions of Fent in the lore, including Fent generators.
Yup.
Perchance.
Yup.
This will finally make Halo 3 playable. Accepted sniper rifle out.
Based. Holy based, dude. Accepted sniper rifle. Oh my god, dude. Holy based. Yeah, yeah. Is the Haunted map available for download? I am talking about the one after Armin became possessed. I don't know if I have that map anymore. I have changed computers many, many times over the years, and I don't think I have it anymore. Grass dries and no-go. So I'm afraid I don't think it is something that I have anymore. Oh my god. Clearly unused parts of the mission, the Covenant. Actually, what do these look like? Maybe with lighting they don't look half bad. No, they still look pretty bad. I'm gonna go with, that's a fucking Half-Life 2 looking ass asset, and... Oh, it's crashing! Get me out of this hell. Take me back. I don't want to stare at these ugly ass tree stumps. They look terrible. They're horrible. Take me back. I'm sad Cashier nuked their stuff. I really feel like they should not have done that. Like, she should have just... Like, I don't understand. I actually just don't understand. Probably shouldn't comment because I don't understand, but like... Decorators, 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 decorators. Okay, yeah. Got that shit out of there, thank God. Alright, pine tree dead. What, dead branches? Yeah. Alright, now that I have Forge World grass in, I'm gonna try painting it here and see if it looks... Oh wait, I gotta fix it actually. There's a little bit left on Forge World grass that I didn't like. I wanted grass dry gone, rocks gone, and I think that would be it. Let's give it a try. I'll try painting with this, see if this is something I'm actually cool with. Alright, let's see. I would say too many bushes. Too many bushes, needs more grass. Needs more raw.
As
I like
a day
that.
one cashier, a glazer, him upset
Hey!
and confused.
Turbo's in, thank you for the 2. Yeah, I think Cashier is insanely talented, and it makes me upset to see that they all that shit's gone. Oh, generally, I can get over the nostalgia I was saying when I watched these guys love it. Oh, I appreciate it, guys. I haven't talked to Armin or Grayson in, gosh, quite a while. Can I make it so the 10 is like 25? Is that actually gonna work? Okay, I mean, that's a little better. I feel like that's not bad, but it would be even better if I made the flowers, the clover flower. Weird name. I'm pretty sure clover's not a flower, but I made this a little bit more likely than the others. Yeah, I feel like if the most of the grassy areas of the map were decorated with this kind of foliage, that would be nice. Debating on whether or not I need to put even less bushes, but I think that's actually not bad. And obviously I can manually add rocks and stuff in here. Let's do the waterfall. How do I feel about the waterfall here? I might manually tweak some of these particles so that they don't render through the water, so that they look a little bit nicer. These particles need a little bit of love on the alpha and black points. They're not horrible, but they're a little bit messier than I want. Oh. map is insane in Halo 3. Yeah, I like it. I think it looks better in Halo 3 than it does in Reach. Highly biased, by the way. But yeah, it's got a long way to go. We're just getting to the grass and trees and stuff, making them look pretty.
Dude,
Turbo
imagine
Sibling
if they did a Halo 2 and Halo 3 remake in the same engine as the new Halo CE remake. Shit would make my vent reactors go critical on my mono father.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie to you, that's what I think is gonna happen. I don't have any evidence that that is 100% gonna happen, but truth be told, my like little game dev instincts are kicking in. Here's what I think. This is totally, my theory here could be completely thrown off by whatever multiplayer project it is that Halo Studios is working on. So I'm going to say the huge caveat is it's confirmed through the same leaker that Rebs talked to, that confirmed all the details about the Halo CE remake and was completely right about. They also confirmed, and Halo Studios themselves confirmed, they're working on another project. The leak says that there is a multiplayer exclusive Halo project in the works. Whatever that is could throw a wrench into my theory, but my theory is this. They are going to remake Halo 1. If Halo 1's remake is well received, they're gonna remake Halo 2. And I think we can all agree that's gonna be really well received. And as it turns out, there is a game that comes after Halo 2. I forget the name of it off the top of my head, but it's there. And they would remake that game again as well, or they would remake that game right after. I genuinely can't think of another reason why they would go back to Halo 1 and start from the beginning. Other than they're planning on going through the whole series. It just doesn't make any sense to me. That game is Halo to War. If you really think about it, going back and remaking Halo 1, at least in my mind, it doesn't make any sense unless they are also planning to remake 2 and 3 afterwards. I just can't make heads or tails of it unless that's what they're doing. Skipping 3 for a Halo 4 remake. Dude, at that point, they're going to be in the same realm as Valve, being unable to count to 3. Remaster Halo 1. Hell yeah. Remaster Halo 2. Hell yeah. Stop. Remake Halo 1. Hell yeah. Maybe they're going to remake Halo 2. Hell yeah. Stop. Halo 3 will be truly mythical, uncharted territory. Now, I do think they're going to end up remaking Halo 2 and 3, though. I don't have any evidence for that. That's just my opinion. But I think that makes a lot of logical sense, though I don't have any actual evidence to back it up, admittedly. I don't know. It just seems pretty likely, given the path they're on now. Though I will say, as a big caveat...
Halo 3 and Halo 3 ODST, I will let the Halo Studios team ground pound my boy Puss.
I mean, I will be excited. I'm not sure about all that other stuff, but, you know, I respect that you gotta do what you gotta do. But yeah, I do think, my suspicion is if the Halo campaign evolves, does have a good reception and makes good sales, they'll probably continue on the path of the remakes. And I've actually been thinking this for a while, ever since the rumor came around, because the clear inspiration, usually when it comes to Microsoft and Microsoft companies like Halo Studios, you're trying to see existing success stories to kind of make your money. It's like you can hedge your bet on something safe. And I think the reason they're seeing this remake, this hardcore remake, as a safe bet is because of the Resident Evil remakes, the Final Fantasy remakes, and fuck, what was the other one I just had in my head that I lost? There was another remake that happened as well that had really good reception. Oh, the Dark Souls was it? Well, I guess that was technically a remaster. But it's pretty obvious that these hard remakes on new game engines with new features and stuff are successful and gamers really enjoy them. The audience reacts very positively to them. And, I mean, that's no mistake that that's the case. So my suspicion is, especially with how heavily Microsoft is tied in with Halo Studios, that this is not just somebody at Halo Studios saying, guys, we should faithfully remake Halo CE. Like, I think there's a very real businessy, like, capitalistic Microsoft component to this. That being, prior successes from other game studios doing the same formula have had great results, made great sales, and had a great reputation as a result. Not that reputation comes anywhere close to being as useful to money in these situations, but you know what I mean. Dead Space? That's true, I forgot about that one. That was not the one I was thinking of, but that is the one that exists. I don't know what happened with Unreal Engine 5, but I don't like the renderer at all. I get what you're saying. There's a lot of people who really don't like UE5. What do you guys think about this grass? I feel like it's pretty good. It's got some color variety. I think the bushes might be spawning a little too often. But it's alright. I still need to add like rocks and pebbles and stuff. It's not huge though. Listen, this is our regular Halo map. This is not one of my huge ultra mega maps. I think the grass looks good. Maybe too many large bits. Yeah, I think that's where I'm at with it as well. Kind of want to just like reduce the amount of bushes in it overall. More grass, less bushes. Why is the stream lagging every second for you? Restart whatever web browser you're in. When I'm on mobile and I use the Brave browser, my YouTube will glitch out sometimes and it'll buffer every 1 second until I like fucking hard reset everything. Halo 2 and 3 Remake should have multiplayer non-negotiability. Well, that's why I was saying earlier, I feel like there's a chance that whatever the multiplayer project is that Halo Studios is working on has the potential to throw a wrench into my idea of there being a Halo 2 and 3 Remake coming after, because multiplayer is pretty non-negotiable there. I don't know if that's how they feel as a studio, but that's how I feel as a player. But if they make like some kind of like hybrid ultra Halo multiplayer that like can work for all campaign remakes, then I'm like, shit, of course they're gonna be remaking all the campaigns at that point. Why am I doing this the slow way? I'm going to do this the fast way. I just think the game plan... I just think it makes sense that the game plan is they're going to redo 2 and 3 as well. Honestly, I hope they do. And I hope they do because I think... I personally have no... And I can't stress this enough. I have... no interest in what comes after Halo Infinite. I don't give a fuck. Halo Infinite, I don't care. The story, don't care. Halo 5 story, I don't give a fuck. Halo 4 story, Marvel super villain spoiling all of the fucking secrets of the Forerunner, making them not mysterious. Marvel gray tier villain is going, I'm evil. Like, I'm bored, dude. I'm fucking bored. And no, I'm sorry, I don't like the emotional exploration of the Master Chief as a character. It was a choice, one that I personally... So I'm just like, if they just want to remake Halo 2 and 3 and give me some good Halo for the next couple years after this CE remake, that's fucking fire, dude. Straight fire. Because Halo 4 and everything that came after it sucked fucking large... weenies. And I don't like sucking large weenies. So the implication there is that it's bad. Feel the same way after the Bungie games is not a capture. I want military sci-fi, not spaceman feelings. Yeah, spaceman feelings, and also like high sci-fi, fucking deep into the Forerunner lore, and they've got these special non-existent hyperspaces that exist with all the knowledge in the universe, and also there's fucking the ancient humans now from 100,000 years ago, and they're a different race from the Forerunners, and they have like some deep lore, and actually Guilty Spark is one of those ancient humans, actually. Secret, whoa, that's crazy. And also there's like so much lore, and if you don't read the books, you don't know what the fuck is going on. Time to insert some cutscenes into Halo 2 Anniversary that are fucking whack and give you no context at all. Oh my god, I'm sorry that I'm ranting. It just bothers the fuck out of me. I've just been so checked out. I've been so checked out from the story for so long. It's been such a mess. And I know that if I read all the books, it would probably be way more cohesive, but I'm a fucking gamer, dude. I'm not reading the Halo. I don't know why. I just have an aversion. Like, I have this, like, aversion. I read pretty regularly, but I just refuse to read the Halo books. Mildly interested in reading the older Halo books from around the Bungie era and maybe a bit after, but Forerunner trilogy and onwards, I just don't want to, man. I don't like the idea of getting invested in this universe that, like, goes off on such a crapshoot. I quite like the story for Infinite. My thing is, Brayden, I don't necessarily think Halo Infinite's story is bad. I played the game. I thought it was fine. The problem is, Halo Infinite is like an offshoot story reboot on an offshoot story reboot on an offshoot story reboot. And it's just so... It's not that the story itself is bad, it's just so far removed. This is the problem I have with Halo Infinite's story. If I could really consolidate it down. Halo Infinite was a soft reboot. And to the point where, like, the experience of the game is that you're on a Halo ring, you're rescuing Marines, you're killing, like, Covenant bad guys. They're the Banished. And so the experience feels kind of classic Halo. And that's why the story was fine. Problem is that where you actually are in the storyline is so weird. It's not like the Covenant are attacking humanity, and we have found this depth in which we have found the bad guys, and we have to kill their leaders and prove to them that their holy order is not... No, it's like there's actually ancient aliens that we've seen, and also there's one of them alive, and now he's evil, and there's this thing, and it's gonna turn humans into robots, and also we found this secret lab, and also now, wait, Cortana's dead and she's evil. Oh, wait, never mind, she's back and the main character's hallucinating. Oh my god, we're gonna introduce more characters now. Now there's this other guy and he's a robot, and then, oh wait, that first bad guy that you thought you killed, you did. And that's barely even getting into Halo 5. It's a wreck, dude. It's too complicated. There's no cohesive vision. And look, everybody knows this. Everybody knows this. I'm not spitting any new facts, but the truth of the matter is, if they released Halo Infinite 2, or whatever the fuck number is bigger than infinity, and they released that Halo, I don't think I'm going to play that game. I'll probably buy it, and I'll mod it for a little bit, and I'm not going to be invested at all. If they go back and they try again, I will play that. And that's what my hope is for whatever comes after the CE remake. I know that there's a lot of people who really don't want a lore reset, and I respect it, because a lot of people are actually into the new lore. And that's fine. I respect that too. I just think it's so much worse than what came before it, and there's a massive opportunity to start an alternate timeline that the fans can actually be invested in and get into. Unfortunately, not unlike what the Halo TV show did, although maybe with some better choices than the producers of the Halo TV show made. You know, I like how the Halo TV show had an alternate timeline, because then it didn't have to follow the stuff I don't like. The problem is the Halo TV show's timeline sucked ass so much. Like, I'm gonna be so real, dude. The Halo CE remake looks sick. And there's gonna be 3 prequel missions with Chief and Sergeant Johnson, which is really cool. And I think it's pretty obvious to anyone who knows anything about Halo lore that those prequel missions are probably going to be taking place on Planet Reach. Or directly after. I mean, they kind of have to. Like, if you think about it, for any of you guys who know the story of Halo, like, those are pretty much guaranteed to be missions on Reach. We're basically getting like a reimagining of Reach in a sense, or at least for like 3 missions, on top of the Halo CE remake, which is fucking cool, but obviously we're seeing it from Chief's perspective. That's really fucking hype. Like, I don't feel like people are talking about how hype that is enough. We're getting Chief on Reach. Before he has Cortana... No, I guess he kind of has Cortana at that time, because he kind of trained. I remember reading that way back when. But, like, we're going to get Chief and Sergeant Johnson, probably on Reach, as brand new missions, on top of a remade campaign that's going to have a shit ton of new content and massive changes to the original CE that's already loved. I'm very whelmed with Halo CE Remake. I don't blame you. I think being whelmed is a very natural and fair reaction. There was a lot I liked, but there was also a lot I didn't like, and I think it would be good if many changes were made. Can I just say this as well? I cannot stress this enough. And I've seen people being called, like, Halo Studios shills for this, but just as somebody who has a lot of experience working on games, I can tell you, that shit was heavily work in progress. The part that they showed us on the demo and in the gameplay was definitely quite polished, but I had the eye to spot quite a few unpolished and unfinished things. So I can confirm for you that it is worthwhile to save your criticisms for the final product, because that was... The text at the bottom was not lying. They clearly tried their best to polish it up, but they're clearly pretty deep in on that shit still. Give them time. I glazed Infinite Multiplayer, by the way. Infinite Multiplayer is good, though. Like, I think Infinite Multiplayer is worth glazing. The only reason people don't play it anymore is because the post-launch content sucks. If you want to keep your casual audience, you got to be shoveling out new content at hyper rates. Otherwise, they're going to go back to playing fucking Fortnite, and Halo Infinite failed at that task. The problem was never that Halo Infinite's multiplayer was bad. Everybody universally seemed to agree Halo Infinite's multiplayer rocked. I don't think there's anybody out there who enjoyed it on a casual sense, especially around launch, that would disagree with that. It was fucking good.
I really like the old video game. I don't like the new video game. I won't like the new game because I don't know what it is that I want. I love to bitch and moan about what I want. And then when I get it, I still bitch and moan. I don't know what I like.
That's Hidden Xperia, huh? Hey, thank you for the 2. Not real Hidden Xperia, by the way. Thank you for the 2, though. I don't think that's Hidden Xperia has some pretty base takes. I haven't really heard him say something that I'm like, oh, what a... Like, he's a very level-headed guy. I think he's very smart. He has very nuanced takes. He is braver than I am, dude. He is willing to get into the new lore. I'm too fucking, like, black-pilled from the story that we've gotten so far. I can appreciate somebody who can push through and show enthusiasm for a story that I just truly, stubbornly refuse to get into. Hidden X is making sprint into a huge issue. The only place where sprint is even worth discussion is in multiplayer, but I think I've heard him say that too. Campaign sprint doesn't really matter. Though, here's a simple answer. And Halo Studios gave us the answer to sprint, dude. They tried in Infinite to make sprint a thing that just had a light effect on the gameplay as the best of both worlds. And you could argue whether that was the best of both worlds or the worst of both worlds, but they gave us the perfect option in the Halo CE remake. A toggle. Do that in multiplayer too. Some modes can have sprint, some modes do not have sprint. Choose a default, enable it for those who want it. Some modes you should have sprint. I think if you're playing big team battle on a huge scale map, you need sprint. But I think if you're playing arena, sprint should be off. I think if you're playing campaign, you should have the choice to have sprint. It's very easy. It's not a complex issue. It's a matter of basic game design. If I'm playing big team battle, I want sprint. If I am playing 2v2s, I desperately do not want sprint. That's the answer. That is the definitive answer. I genuinely don't think it needs any more discussion than that. Like, I think it's so easy. DePaul, good to see you. Thank you for 19 months. I really appreciate it. He said, all the iconic elites and iconic hunters. Listen, man. He's right. They are iconic. Have you guys seen the specific close-up looks at the hunters, too? They look great. They got brand new models. They're fresh as fuck. Why the worms come out when you shoot them? Yeah, I like that. I think they also had that detail in Infinite, if I recall, but I really like that. I think that's gross and cool. Bungie has sprint values in Halo 2's engine they go unused? Yeah, Bungie experimented with sprint. They ended up not going with it, and that's totally valid and fair. I think Halo 2 is better for not having sprint, but like what I have learned when making very large-scale maps in Halo 3, I have played Huge Grass in El Dorito. For those who, if you don't know, El Dorito is like a Halo 3 hybrid mod engine, and it has sprint in it. You can turn it on and off. It's a community fan-made mod now that's running on Halo 3's engine. When I played my giant map, Huge Grass, on El Dorito, sprint was great because the map was really fucking big. When I went back to playing it on MCC Halo 3, where there was no sprint, I was upset because I wanted sprint back, because on a map of that size, not having sprint sucked. And that was where the sprint debate ended for me. I realized sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. It's not about whether it's good in Halo. It's clearly fine in Halo, but only in certain modes. Sprint belongs in Halo as a toggleable option for specific modes. And that's what they did with the CE remake, and that is the Giga Brain decision that they made, and it is good. I am grateful that there is a sprint toggle. It is a very intelligent decision. Maybe that's why I feel like Ragnarok flows better than Valhalla. Yeah. To be honest, I do think... it's not even necessarily the size and scale of Ragnarok and Valhalla as a map that I think makes sprint good. I think it's actually just the layout of it being very long and there's being lots of open areas. It feels a lot better to have sprint because you're less like out in the open all the time with no cover. And I think that's kind of a huge deal. Okay, I think I finally found the perfect ground scatter for the map. I think this is good. There's still bushes and stuff, but it's not like an insane amount of them. I think I'm going to stick with this for general ground cover, and then I can go in manually and touch up specific areas where I want more bushes or less bushes or more grass or less grass, etc. Before I do that, though, I'm going to do one more decorator brush that's going to have rocks, and then I think it should be good. Let's give it a try. I'll do new instance, try Forge World rocks. So I'm making Master Chief slow as normal Marines. At least we aren't doing any, like, follower quests where, like, the NPC moves at a different speed than you. That would be bad. Alright, let's try out the rocks. Forge World rocks. How the rocks look. Bit much. I should probably lower the actual quantity of the rocks, but I like them. They're nice. They're rocks. Yeah, I definitely put way too many of them, but I like it. That's probably what I'll use for this. I'll have to place them more carefully on the pathway, though. It's a bit much. Yeah, there we go. That feels a lot more balanced. That's a nice polished vibe to everything. Like the grass everywhere, rocks on the pathways and all around. This feels good. If I have the entire map decorated like this, I'm going to be very, very happy. This feels very polished. I'm going to just have to spend the time putting down all the plants, getting everything going. If the remakes are just going to be campaign, they should at least have firefight like ODST. That would be a pretty great feature to have. And hey, since it's running on the Reach engine, firefight is a built-in mode. It's in the engine. All they have to do is turn it on. Script out a firefight mode. Shit, copy and paste the existing firefight scripts from Reach. They're in there. What's funny is that because this is running on Reach, right? Theoretically, if there are community tools that allow you to mod, such as assembly, like Zedekin's assembly, if there ends up being an assembly for the new Halo, which theoretically there could be, just because it is underneath running on the Reach engine, you could enable Forge mode, Firefight, as long as they haven't gone out of their way to gut those systems. You could theoretically run those. If you can find a way to load into those game modes, it's possible. And because we have the Reach mod tools, like the official Reach mod tools given to us by 343, just like the 3 tools that I'm in right now, I feel like for those people that care to reverse engineer it, people smarter than myself, by the way, I just use the tools, I don't make them. For people smarter than myself who actually make the tools, they have a massive advantage in this day and age when it comes to stuff like this. Like a really, really big one. I'm pretty excited to see how it's going to go, honestly. Is Remake multiplayer for CE? You never know. It could be done. It could be done. Let me get a nice view here. You can see the rocks and the grass and the waterfalls off in the distance. That's pretty cool. Very pretty. Okay, I'm gonna go AFK really quick. Give me just 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. beautiful sounds of the birds chirping and the wind blowing has hopefully serenaded you into a sense of security that I can destroy by screaming really loudly. Ah! Bungie did a great job with the effects of the waterfall. I know all I did was copy them, but it's usually very pretty. It'll be fun to work on the ones up there, but I'm not going to worry about that today. I think what I want to do for the rest of today's stream is honestly just put the grass down. I think having the entire map decorated is going to look great. I almost fell asleep, honestly. That's valid. That's valid. Tonight, I'm going to try doing a more higher resolution light map. And I'm going to put some lights into the interiors. No, you know, I'm going to do the same low-res 1 hour light bake. But I'm going to try getting all the lights working on the interior spaces. Right now, while I do still need to work on the textures a bit, I need to see if I can get some good lights working on the interior here. Some kind of little light on the inside of there. Here. This cave, I should probably put a light in here. So honestly, all the areas that are in the caves, if you look in Reach, you can see that Bungie manually put in, the devs put in, like you can clearly see a point light is just plopped down right there. It's pretty obvious, and they did the same for most of the caves. I believe this one probably, yeah, this one's got like a kind of, let's say like almost a brownish green light. This one's really cool because it's got like the water caustics going over everything. That looks pretty rad. Though I believe that's actually baked into the material itself, so I'm going to have to get kind of fancy with that. You can actually see the exact place where that material starts right here. So that'll be kind of fun to work with, getting the caustics in there, but no. Look at this. They clearly put like a blue light in this room. And that's just the lighting coming in through here. And even though it's pretty dark in my version of the map right now when I go into that cave, when I do bake this entire map on high light levels, what's going to happen is this room is going to get a lot brighter because low quality lighting ends up just doing like 1 or 2 bounces of light, but on high, I think you get like 3, 4, maybe even 5 bounces of light. So what ends up happening is these darker areas end up becoming a lot brighter due to secondary light bounces instead of just this pitch black dark. But of course I'll put a regular light in here as well, and like a nice blue light to kind of fill up this little caustic area as well. Caves are spooky right now? They are. It's kind of cool, though. The Gmod dark rooms. No, dude. The construct rooms are so spooky. Just in time for Halloween. Ooh. Didn't a group on the Halo mod Discord set up all the reach maps for re-import, which could be used to see where the lights are? That's probably the case. That's probably the case. I don't know how well that would work re-importing into Halo 3, but I think so, yeah. Well, let me look in Reach again. When it comes to this area here. Oh, that lit up really well, actually. I wonder where they put the light here. I suppose I probably should go in and see how they did that. Because I could just copy and paste those lights over. Well, I'd have to... No, there's no point, actually, because the scale of Halo Reach is really off. And lights have a weird, non-linear scaling. So I really should just do these myself. I'm going to go ahead and just start. I did a light recently. What map did I light bake recently? Oh! The Stargate map. I'm going to copy that light first. I'm going to put the light for the Stargate into the big cave, and then I'm going to shrink it down and try putting it in here. Let me append to this really quick. Hold on. Enjoy the beautiful, bright blue screen there. It's so lovely. Yeah, if I look into the most recent Stargate command and go to the lights, I'll import all these real quick. Here, all these point lights. They're all in the megawatts. Huh? 2.3 megawatts, 15 meter radius. Let me open up that map really quickly. I want to double check the settings that I'm viewing are actually correct. This is the outdoor section of this. Did I ever show you guys the outdoor section of the Stargate map? I don't know if I did. I may have just posted it on Twitter and then never actually showed it on stream, but I made like an outdoorsy place. It's kind of nice. Can't wait to finally use a boat on Forge World. Hell yeah. Let's see, where's my light? Here. 2.5 watts, 500 meter radius. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. 2.5 watts, 500 meter radius. Because I don't know what the fuck I imported over into Forge World, but that was not it. 2.5. Alright. Let's get out of wherever this is. So that was a pretty bright light that lit up the Stargate command room pretty well. Nothing crazy, but I think it would be good to have that in the cave here. Let me push it back a little bit that way. Where's the darkest spot in the cave? I'll put it wherever the darkest spot ends up being. Let's say that's honestly reasonably close to the entrance, like near this rock pile. Right there. Lift it up just a bit. I think that should be good for a light there. How's it going? How's it been? What's the progress looking like? I'll show you. We've been working a little bit. We got the waterfalls done. They look good. They've got all nice pretty effects. See like the particles and things going crazy over there. I was working on grass and ground cover, rocks and bushes and grass. I'm trying to make it pretty. This is my test area here on the island. I'm trying to get to the point where I get the entire map covered. I also found a good solution. I haven't implemented it yet, but for the trees on the outside of the map up here on the hill, I will be using decorators just like in Reach, but I need to make a modified version of the pine tree. In fact, I want to do a little test now that I think about it with the trees. There's pine tree dead, but I have the pine tree snow here. Let me make a new decorator palette. Do Forge World trees. And I won't end up using these trees. I'm going to have to make, like I said, a regular non-snowy version. But if we paint it as a test, it wouldn't hurt. Let's test that. Load back in with light mapping. And we can just see how it looks. I mean, from a distance, besides the fact that they're snowy, it doesn't look half bad. If they were just regular green, I think I would be pretty pleased with that. Couple little proximity covenant lights on the campaign. That'd be nice, but I like that this is like a very unsullied Halo ring. Just, you know, Forerunner structures. A big pretty area. It pleases me. Yeah, I mean, those, I just lazily place those trees around, but again, if they were just the non-snowy textured versions, I feel like that would be perfect. Let me go in and see if I can just easily make a snowy version in Gorilla without having to like go in manually and make a bunch of changes. Where's my decal? Not decals. Let me close that anyway. I need to find the decorators. What vehicles will we add? Oh, there are so many. This is Ultimate Forge. This Forge World map is not a standalone mod. This is a part of a much, much larger Forge mod. There are so many vehicles. Could I add snow up there? I could, but I don't really want to be honest with you. I want to kind of keep the aesthetic that we have on the map right now. I think it looks really good. And honestly, I don't want to go crazy and make like a custom version of this, really. Alright, so I wanted Pine Tree Snow here, this decorator set. So it uses Pine Tree Snow bitmap. What does this look like? Oh,
Much
interesting.
love,
Oh!
Shotgun. Love your mods.
Hey!
I just created a social media app called My Besties. It lets you filter unwanted content.
Well, thank you very much for the $5. I appreciate it. I can only wish you the best of luck in this social media landscape. It's gonna be pretty rough, but you know, I believe. Deco pine tree snow. Deco pine tree snow. Is it an aircraft carrier on the bay versus an all aircraft carrier? Yeah, aircraft carrier out there would go hard. I mean, my plan is to expand the soft barriers pretty far, which hopefully will end up looking pretty good. Be able to forge in place you couldn't reach? Yeah. I'm not going to expand it like massively, but my hope is to allow you to forge even up here where it looks a little bit weird. You're not originally supposed to go. I want to expand all the way up to this whole space here, though I won't be letting anyone forge on this because I can't really get this functioning as a actual piece of geometry without a ton of extra work. But I'll kind of like have it so that you can go all the way up here if you want to, but I will still be cutting off this part here because I mean it ends up looking really bad. So it'll probably be like a soft barrier close to the edge to right around here, kind of going all the way up like to here. A little bit closer to the waterfall, down underneath this. Can you replace the tower with the tower you used on Huge Grass? I could. I like this tower though. I feel like this is iconic, and I want to keep this tower. It's good looking. Oh, I just realized the top of this tower is literally that one forge piece, but like without half of the sail of it on it. That's cool. Like, I feel like you could theoretically recreate this out of Reach forge pieces. Maybe not perfectly, but... look, this part right here is very similar to that one forge piece from Halo 2 Ascension. Is it editable? I mean, anything is editable if I go into Blender and I modify it. Perfect. Could we go down the Valhalla Tower there for some more detail and usability? It would have to be a pretty big Valhalla Tower. You can compare the two. I actually have the Valhalla Tower down here as a forge object, and, well, it's kind of like a baby compared to that monster. Don't talk to me or my son after death. Halo Meister! Good to see you, man! Thank you so much for 19 months. Appreciate it. I require your finest spleens. I just gave up my last spleen. Sorry, I don't mean to disappoint you, but I'm all out. There are no more spleens. I'm gonna sneeze. Oh my god. Oh, I didn't sneeze. I'm gonna die. Actually, doesn't this thing shoot out like a little thingy? Does it do that in Reach? Oh wait, I think it does. Tower pulse, it's right there. Oh, there was no effect. Hello? It just makes a sound. That's boring. What the hell, man? The Halo Reach Tower Pulse just makes the fucking noise. It doesn't even shoot a thing. It broke a long time ago. Is it an MCC thing? Doesn't even make sense. Where's it? Oh, it just comes out of the top. Interesting. Oh wait, why does the glass look like that? Should I? Oh, I can't see through it because the light baking went wacky. But the wacky wild. I think I just gotta make that glass a little more translucent. You know what? Screw it, dude. I'm gonna include an authentic tower pulse straight from Valhalla. Wait, I'm in Reach. Why am I in Reach? Straight from Valhalla. I'm pretty sure it's a scenery object. Tags, levels, multi. Valhalla is known as River Worlds, somewhere in the files. FX, Tower Pulse, Scenery. Plop it. Where is it? Plop it right there. Never mind. It's a little bit off. Boom, right there. Get that height just right. Boom. Switch it to tower pulse. Boom. A little bit small, I'm not gonna lie, for a tower of that size. Oh, look at how it fires off a pulse. Okay, I'm gonna be so real. If I'm gonna actually give this thing a tower pulse, I'm gonna have to make that thing go way, way further. Or make it way, way bigger. It already goes pretty far. I'll make like a giga tower pulse for this thing, so for now, I delete. Perfect size for the Valhalla towers that I have here, but the other one, not so much. Pretty easy projectile to make larger though, at the very least. Dude, I could get really fancy with it too. I could make like a whole like charging like pulse to it rather than just making it like instantly go. That'd be fun. It's a small detail, but I like doing effects like that. I think it's just such a blast. Good refractory period on those towers. Something to strive for. Yeah, I mean, oh, so it's true. Oh, I remember what I was doing now. I gotta go into Halo 3, and I gotta yoink the texture for the snow pine tree. Under Citadel, Bitmaps Nature, Deco Pine Tree Snow. Actually, is there a Deco Pine Tree regular? No, just Deco Pine Tree Snow. But I have a pretty good idea about this. Under Nature, we have Deco Pine Tree Snow, but we also have Leaf A Snow, or yeah, Leaf A Snow. Let me see, is that the same texture? It is, it's just flipped around. Leaf A Snow, also, what about Leaf A Snow Less? Okay, there's still a little bit, so that's pretty accurate to its name. Tree, Leaf A Snow. Where's just regular leaf? Leaf A Snow, grass, bush, cliff. I gotta find wherever the regular ones are. Let me switch this back to its usual Deco Pine Tree Snow. It'll be under my Forge objects for sure. Objects, levels, multi, alpine sandbox. I need tree pine. Tree trunk. Oh, would it be pine tree? Yeah, pine tree, shaders, tree leaf A. Use a citadel, tree leaf A. Oh, it was just outside of the nature folder. What the fuck? Okay. Yeah, this is the tree texture that I want. And the one I'm trying to swap this for, let me see, does it match? Can I use it here? I should be able to, right? Tree branch has one kind of over, one under, that's a little longer. That has one over, one under, that I think is a little longer shape-wise. I see like it almost like a Y with like an extra branch. And that's that one. I think this is good. I think I can make these work. Because these, I think, are identical more or less. That just, yeah, this should work. I think I can make a texture for this to make a pine tree in the distance that is not snowy. In case you were curious if it looks that horrible in game, no. When you're actually in-game, the lighting is much more reasonable, and they match a lot better. They're just very snowy and ugly at the moment. But yeah, this should be pretty easy to pull off, I think. And you don't really need to see high-res bark on these. These are far off into the distance. These are actually a lot nicer than the trees on actual Reach Forge World, which, not that you would ever really notice or care, but the ones on Forge World look like this. Which, frankly, I should do for optimization reasons, but I won't. Very dense. Yeah, mine will be quite dense there as well. I'll be getting pretty much all these areas. I'm noticing they're in the darker patches. Do I have the darker patches? Not really. Are those shadows by chance? I think they're not shadows, but the texture itself appears a little bit darker in certain areas. I don't think I have the control to do that here. Well, in any case, I need Deco Pine Tree Snow straight out of Halo 3, so I'm going to yoink that really quickly. Alright, here's the texture. This is exactly what I'm after. Wow, it looks so much darker on this. What the fuck? I wonder why. I like it better like this, though, for sure. It looks way too bright in my game. Halo 3. I'm going to save it to my maps. Forge World. Bitmaps. Deco Pine Tree Snow. And then other bitmaps, I need the trees. Here's tree bark. We already have that on there, so that's fine. I think what I need is leaf A, leaf B, and leaf C. Leaf A snow, leaf A snow less. And if I compare that to this, I think they're the same. I'm going to grab leaf A, which is this. These are not that. Leaf A. Leaf A snow and leaf A snow less. These are really all the exact same leaf with varying amounts of snow textured on them, so I think we're good here. I think I have a pretty good shot of making a near perfect recreation of these leaves. I'll just have to see exactly how they're set up. Wouldn't it be easier to just add a light layer of snow on the ground around those trees? Theoretically, yeah, I guess, but in Reach there isn't any snow unless it's on the very tippy top of the mountains off in the skybox up there. That's the only place you can actually find snow on this map. So if you're just looking down here, it's all pretty temperate, you know? Like, one thing that'd be a little weird is if there was snow up there while also having, like, giant waterfalls. Not that they're exclusive, obviously, like, but I just want to match it reasonably well here. So it does make me wonder if I need to go through here and like retexture some of this, because honestly the snow that I have up there is kind of ass, to be honest. And this doesn't really blend very well. Did I screw that up on accident? No, that's just how it is. It goes from grass to stone right there. You can't really tell from the bottom, so it doesn't really matter. Oops. That's fine. I'm gonna learn Unreal Engine to mod CE Remake. I do know a bit about Unreal Engine already, and I have a little bit of experience modding Unreal Engine, but I will be brushing up further. I've also tried my hand a little bit when it comes to making games in Unreal as well, but that was in Unreal 4, and that was a decent few years ago now. Alright, here is a lovely tree branch. Here is a lovely tree. I think this is literally just flip horizontal, no, flip vertical. Okay, oops. Pretty sure I can just line this up 1 to 1. Looks like it's not like a perfect 1 to 1, but it's pretty close. I think they might have squished it a little, actually. They squished it and they like photoshopped. Why is it like that? They like stretched it to there, and like to there, and they erased a couple bits as well. The branch here, I guess they probably did this so the UVs would work a little better, but I guess I'll just do the same. They erased a little branch from here on out. And then they erased this part down here from like here. And that matches pretty well. And I'm going to assume it's about the same thing on this. Except again, it is flipped horizontally. Probably squished till it matches. Is that a 1 to 1? Not exactly. Close though. I'm gonna squish down to about there. And kind of pulled up a little there. Very, very squished. I think that's pretty exact. Honestly, I don't even need this exact, but it kind of is satisfying to get it there. It looks like they cut this branch off right around here. This branch gets cut as well to about here. And then any more cuts, they cut it a little bit on the side here so it doesn't like interact too much on the edge. Anything else here? Yeah, this one got cut off to about here. Everything else is more or less pretty good. And all I need is the wood texture here. I think I'm chilling. Oh, am I good? Am I good? I think I'm good. Take that, copy it off, close that. Theoretically, this gives us a non-snowy version of the pine tree. And I think it should be good. I'm going to save this out to my texture here. This is going to be Deco Pine Tree. That's it. It should be Deco Pine Tree. And take this texture. We'll put it into levels, multi, Forge Halo bitmaps. I am going to make a nature folder for this. And then I'll just run tool, bitmaps, levels, multi, Forge Halo, bitmaps, nature. Hello?